to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GARAGE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GARAGE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GARAGE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I'm here with former Tiger and attorney Chris Perrette.
Gordy, one area of the game often overlooked is special teams. Having the best special teams players can often be the difference between victory and defeat. Just like on the football field, you want an attorney who has the special skills and experience to obtain victory. For more than 20 years, I've been fighting for my clients in courtrooms all across Louisiana. Whether you have been injured in an accident or arrested and need to defend your rights, you want a Tiger on your team.
Chris, how can people find you?
Call me, attorney Chris Perrette, at the offices of O.C. Brown in Baton Rouge, 343-1111.
343-1111.
LA filing 231-6026.
Louisiana's big weather can mean big damage to your roof. Our team offers free inspections and guarantees your satisfaction. Don't wait for the next storm. Protect your home with Ryson Roofing. Just to be on the safe side, call 756-8603 or visit RysonRoofing.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, December 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 54 in hour one of today's show. We'll talk about the major roster shakeups for the LSU football team, and we'll recap the women's basketball big win over Stanford. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Merry Christmas from Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota. Join Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert as we spread some holiday cheer and talk all things sports. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. Let's get this Christmas party started.
Hey, there we go, Alondra. Well. Look at you. You really did have something planned. Little early present under the tree for your boy TB.
It's kind of like I've been telling you this all week.
Thank you, Alondra.
You're
What
welcome.
custom Christmas opening?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Very excited.
And
that's awesome. And Big Voice Lady sounded very sincere.
Yeah.
And happy.
I asked her to sound jolly.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much.
I just want to say, I've been getting slandered and libeled, all this
Well,
time.
it can't be libel. I think that's print.
It can be. Oh,
I guess, people are typing it on Twitter. Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
so
we'll allow it.
I've been being told that, I started Halloween way earlier than I've done Christmas. So
yeah, that is true.
It's not true, actually.
Okay, it's not true.
It's not true. I went back and I went to go look when I got the Halloween opens emailed to me.
Okay.
They got emailed to me on October 4th.
Okay.
Which was a Friday, so we didn't use it that day. So I didn't use them until October 7th. It's December 6th.
There you
so
go.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
We're in 20 days of custom Christmas openings. Again, we love to see it. Also, we've got our Christmas graphics going on behind us. Check all this out at youtube.com/1045 ESPN, where you can also hop up in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat. Daniel Blunt saying, Pelly, rocket everywhere. That's right. The Pelicans actually won a game, guys. Broke a 9-game losing streak. Now losers of only 15 of their last 17 instead of 15-16.
Hey,
Herb Jones
5 and
back.
18 right now, okay?
Yep.
Comeback starts now.
Nowhere to go but up. It's like Oklahoma State, right? Alan Bowman, their quarterback, just got approved for an 8th year, and he's expected to return to Oklahoma State. And you Cowboy fans may be bitterly disappointed because Gundy's back, Bowman's back, and they just put together an 0-9 Big 12 season in which they lost 9 games in a row. But hey, nowhere to go but up for Bowman and co. What the hell happened to Ollie Gordon? Where is he, dude?
People keyed in on him. They don't have anything else.
He was a literal cheat code on the video game. He was the offseason darling, supposed to be the guy. And I think Ashton Genty just stole all of his juice, straight Monstar style. Stole his skill set. Alondra, very proud of you. Everybody, hey, Hey, guys, here's the deal. This is how I try to operate in this life. Let the praise be as loud as the hate was, you know? Let the credit be as vociferous as the criticism. So if you are someone who was talking that ish, go ahead and praise that bish. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad how that came together, actually. It was, it's a little freestyle, little Friday freestyle to get the show started today. No Jake Hester today. He is out on assignment covering the SC Championship. Of course, he does off campus on Sirius XM 84, which means he'll be covering much of college football for the next few Fridays. No Rivers Huey today either, so it's just going to be me and the youngins here. Me and Alondra Taylor. But we got a really good show planned for you. How about this? Before we get the show started, I watched. That's why I got my Star Wars shirt on today. I watched a new Star Wars show last night. The first episode, Skeleton Crew. And if you are, I would say if you are my age, but that's not the really important thing. If you grew up and you love Steven Spielberg movies, think, especially the ones like, or not especially, like the ones with kids, right? Like Goonies, E.T., Jurassic Park, the same vibes that Stranger Things sought to evoke. If you're a fan of that and you're a fan of Star Wars, you should watch Skeleton Crew. Oh my gosh, it's so good, dude. I watched the first episode of the kids last night, and I want to be painfully clear about that. I think I would have really liked it on my own anyway. But, I made like kind of a big deal about it because I knew it was a kid show. It's like made to watch like with kids. But so I kind of hyped my daughters up on it all day, and then we were locked in, and they had so much fun watching it. And it really is an incredible execution and homage to that that kind of era and that style of filmmaking. And it does that wonderful thing that Stranger Things did and that those great Spielberg movies do, whereas you put these kids in really intense, like kind of like crazy situations, but it's an adventure. And they're rolling, They're just going for it. They're not overwhelmed, they're not overawed. And there's darkness there. It's not overly saccharine. It's not overly cloying, overly precious. Twee. God, I loved it. I cannot wait for episode 2 tonight. Going to watch it tonight. So, yeah. Disney killed Star Wars, buddy. We don't need that. Not this morning, bruh. Okay, it's Friday. We're feeling good. Just signed a top 10 class in the entire country. Women's basketball coming up with a massive overtime, gritty-ass comeback win over the Stanford Cardinal. We going into a weekend in which we got cold December weather, championship games all Saturday, which we'll break down and talk about today. We got a championship pontoon parlay to get together. Unfortunately, we have Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day today, but besides that, everything else seems pretty good from where I sit easy. So why don't you turn that frown upside down and get ready to have some fun here on this Friday. Let's go ahead and get this thing started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
With the shortest waiting period in the industry, Tiger Labor and Staffing makes it easy to transfer top talent onto your payroll quickly. Tiger Labor personally vets your workforce to solve all your staffing needs, whether it's short or long term. And remember, it's not just forwarding resumes to you, but interviewing, dispatching in person every morning at 5 a.m. So if you got no shows, anything like that, hit up Tiger Labor and Staffing. We'll get to. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Mason Taylor, then we'll get to the women's game last night. Mason Taylor entering the NFL draft. Not too much of a surprise here. Obviously, there was some hope that he would be one of the players you could retain. I know that was definitely a priority for LSU. I mean, you think about this year, and I don't know that there was a bigger safety blanket or bigger outlet for Garrett Nussmeier when you had to have it. It seemed like Mason Taylor was consistently on the receiving end of that play. And even before we knew this news yesterday, we talked about how that was a position that was already pretty thin. Yeah, you got a couple nice receivers and Trades Green and Kamorian Pimpton, but even they started to play more of a receiver role as the year went on. You're still lacking that kind of true yackle, tackle, whatever, a true tight end. Mason Taylor was like a tight end where the thumb was put on the scale on the receiving side of the equation, but he was still the closest thing you had to a traditional tight end. So this is a big loss in more ways than one. You lose a leader. You lose one of your most productive players. In fact, the most productive tight end in LSU school history, which is kind of crazy to think about. And so replacing him is going to be very hard, especially because that was you get LaFleur out of the recruiting class, but you never have to rely on a true freshman. No, to be fair, Mason Taylor came on as a true freshman. That's when he started to write his legend. And so that's going to be one of the top priorities heading into this transfer portal this transfer portal window is going to be probably one, maybe even two tight ends, right? Now you can also go out there and look for a guy that's maybe more pass catchy if you want, or you can just try to go get a couple of yackles. Taylor, have you seen any names out there yet on the tight end front?
Not as far as this is an obvious take. You have to bring this guy in. I mean, maybe the guy with the most production. This is being serious. Carson Kent from Kennesaw State, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns last year. I mean, there's not a ton. Zach Adkins is in the portal. He had a solid year, but he played at Northwest Missouri State, so he would be jumping up a huge level of competition. There's just not a ton of big-time names right now at the tight end spot.
Sounds like we need to get to some tampering. So go ahead, if you're LSU, and start putting some floaters out there. Find which tight ends you maybe recruited in high school that are a bit discontented. Who can you start to pry loose? Who knows? You may not be able to get it for spring. This might be a situation where you got to go back into the spring portal after somebody figures out they're not going to play. And you know what I will say, though? Is that we should still allow room for Trades Green and Kamorian Pimpton to continue to develop holistically as tight ends. We do pigeonhole them as just pass catchers, and it's not hard to see why, right? Their bodies are incredible. They're a complete mismatch in that regard, and they have very natural soft hands. But there is a world out there where, they keep practicing. Now, unfortunately for them, it's going to be with a third tight end coach, third year in a row as Slade Nagel's out. So that's going to be very important. Who do you hire? Can you hire someone? Actually, to be fair, that's just as important as who you're going to bring in player-wise. Look at the impact that the coaching changes had on this LSU defense last year. Bo Davis had an interior defensive line that was markedly less talented, playing significantly better than what you had last year. Kevin Peoples took some edges that were already talented, but made them significantly better than they were last year. Corey Raymond in the corners. I mean, the list goes on and on. Blake Baker in the linebacker, whatever. You get it. So in that same way, you bring in a good tight end coach, or maybe you have a guy on staff. I don't know. And maybe those guys develop a bit more than we're giving them credit for, and then there isn't as much pressure to be pigeonholed to have to go get someone out of the portal. I still think you will, but I think it's a combination of those factors. Who do you hire? How do the Pimpton and Green and even LaFleur coming in, how do these guys develop? What role can they play? And then can you bring in another body or two? In the end, though, Mason Taylor, it's funny because, he was not here at a time when LSU won a ton of games. But I think he goes out as a bit of a fan favorite. He will be remembered. A lot of big catches, gotta have it moments. But of course, none bigger than when he was a true freshman in Tiger Stadium, 2-point conversion to beat Alabama, to go to Atlanta. It's one of those moments that, it's very rare. If you're not a part of a championship team, it's rare that you can do something that will really stand the test of time and be remembered. That play will be remembered pretty much forever. That highlight will be shown in packages before games forever. So shout out to Mason Taylor, and best of luck in the NFL and I hear Sobe, he can go make that money. That maybe he wasn't, because he was probably a bit underpaid here at LSU. It sounds funny. So best of luck to him in the league. All right, when we get back here and off the bench, let's talk about the big-time basketball win last night in the PMAC. LSU women refusing to give up. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. You want some holiday deals? We got them going on. Toyota-thon going on right now. And so, look, maybe you're in a really good spot right now, which is great. Hell yeah. And you can, look at that, dude. Get a brand new 2025 Tundra, 2.99% APR finance for 72 months. Let's ride. But maybe you're in a great spot. And you're like, I just want to upgrade a vehicle because it's time. I want to treat myself. I want to treat my wife, whoever. The hell of a Christmas present, guys. You go into All-Star, they can find you the exact vehicle that you're looking for. They can find you a great deal. But maybe it's a different situation, which is never, great, where your car breaks down and you're kind of forced to get a new one, but times are a bit tough. Well, you go in there with a number, and I guarantee All-Star can find you and your family the answers that you need. Whether it's a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get excellent warranty coverage, maybe it's leasing something. Either way, the answers are at All-Star. I'll bet your line and Google it. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you in a new 2025 Ram 1500 truck with $15,000 off MSRP. $15,000 off the newly designed Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
But baby, it's cold outside. But baby, it's cold outside. Been hoping that you drop in. I'll hold your hands, they're just like ice.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Hell of a game in the PMAC last night on ESPN2. SC ACC Challenge going down. And two of the greatest women's basketball franchises, brands of all time. When you're talking about LSU and Stanford, how Stanford's not ranked. They were 7-1 entering last night. How talented they are, I have no idea. Neither did Coach Mulkey. She was talking about it after the game. But, man, you want to talk about a team that shows grit, fight, resilience. So LSU ends up winning 94-88 in OT to improve to 10-0. They led for, I think, all of 15 seconds in regulation. In fact, I was picking up donuts at Mary Lee's today, and I was talking to the owner, and him and his daughter go to everything, and they were at the game, and they said that they were about to leave, and then like a shot or two was made, because they're still down big with like 7-8 minutes to go. They're like, okay, we'll stay. But not everybody stayed. And guys, just so you know, Coach Mulkey's well aware.
Did you notice that a lot of people left the game?
I did, and I took names. I won't see them in church Sunday because I'll be gone, but I'll catch them next Sunday. I saw it. Sure did. We were down, I think, 7 with about a minute and something to go. Some of them turned back around.
Yeah. Once I saw them walking out, I was like, okay, maybe they
fair
don't.
weather fans. Let me be the bad guy. I saw who they were.
Coach Mulkey was on fire in her press conference last night. If you don't watch or listen to the coach press conferences, I just can't recommend it enough. Like, I could listen to that woman talk ball for hours. The detail that she goes into with why she arrives at the decisions that they did. Like, if you watch last night's game, for a lot of times, you think, oh my gosh, this Stanford defense really stymieing the LSU offense. That wasn't really the problem. It was more LSU on the defensive side of the ball could not handle Stanford's cutting, their kind of positionless basketball. They struggled to adjust. And then Coach Mulkey, being a great coach, had to do something that she's very uncomfortable with. She had to go small, which even she said after the game, she didn't want to do it. They don't practice it a lot. They had to go small. And then when you go small, she was talking about how well, and then it's interesting because it kind of limits what you can call because we don't practice it a lot, so we have to keep things simple. If you try to do something that you don't do normally, then you overcomplicate it, that's a recipe for disaster. She's talking about the final timeout call, right? Using her final timeout very early, but knowing they needed to score, feeling her team felt exhausted, call timeout, get your breath, make a shot, it happens. And even she says, like, all these decisions don't normally, they don't always work out, but this is my thinking going in to how we managed to adjust and win this game. Like, it's impossible to listen to this woman talk and not realize that you have one of the best to ever do it. You have Nick Saban in Kim Mulkey. And it was a fantastic game. And how about this? This LSU team, you want to talk about toughness? This LSU team has now won 2 of its last 4 games despite trailing by double digits. There is no quit in this team, and Michaela Williams was absolutely fantastic last night. 30. What did Michaela end with? 32? 32 points for Michaela last night, 12 of 18, 5 of 9 from 3. But the surprise of the season thus far, maybe, seems to be Caitlin Gilbert, who that was one of the funnier moments of the press conference last night. Caitlin talked about, and now Coach Mulkey's trusting me more, and like kind of looked over at her. But yeah, Caitlin Gilbert, not a lot of expectation entering the year, continues to get better and better and better. Excellent mid-range shot last night, goes 9-12, 34 minutes, 25 points. Critical in creating that win. And of course, Flaugier did Flaugier things. And the thing about Flaugier is, yes, offensively, she's been so much better this year. And last night, not the most efficient night, 8 for 20, but still 21 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. But again, defensively, Flaugier remains a superstar. You want to know how they forced overtime? It's because Flaugier came up with the stop, right? So just a massively tough and good, hard-fought win for LSU last night, doing what championship teams do. I know I overuse this, so I apologize. But it is that old Bruce Lee quote, right? I always think about a great team, a great roster can win in more ways than one. Okay, they can adapt to the situation at hand. Bruce Lee says, be like water. What does water do? It takes the shape of the container. Well, the shape of last night's game dictated a smaller ball lineup, something you're uncomfortable with. But remember, we talked about the David Bowie quote yesterday, right? Sometimes you got to get out in that water a little bit to where you can barely touch. And when you're a little scared, a little uncomfortable, that's when something exciting can happen. And that's what happened last night. Tay, what do you think about, and Alondra as well, if you got any thoughts. What do y'all think about last night's game?
I think that Michaela Williams needs to take 20 shots every single game. I said this last year, and I believe it this year as far as all-around player. I think Michaela Williams is the best player on this team. I thought she was the best player on last year's team. And, you know, you're seeing her come into her own. She started really, really slow this year. I mean, it was basically all Flaugier. She had to carry the load offensively. You can't do that when it comes to tournament play against top teams like Stanford. You need that second, that third option. Caitlin Gilbert, you mentioned, like just been such a star coming off that bench. And look, I know Coach Mulkey doesn't like to do it, but I mean, guys, as far as talent, that small lineup might actually be LSU's best lineup. Because the one they ran yesterday, Anissa Morrow and Michaela Williams are basically your bigs, if you will, on the court. And Morrow can do it. She had to do it a lot last year whenever Angel Reese got into foul trouble.
Yeah,
but
16 boards from Morrow.
Yeah,
last
I mean,
night.
that might be your best lineup.
Yeah, ironically as well, when they went small, they started to do better on the boards, which seems counterintuitive, but because of spacing it created, it allowed LSU more opportunity there. What's up, Alondra? So you move that mic over.
Yeah, I think what's impressive to me is like you don't have just Michaela Williams scoring 32 points because you also have Flaugier scoring 21, and then Caitlin off the bench 25 points, which she had all the bench points that night.
Yeah.
And 34 minutes.
Actually, true.
On.
Literally.
So, like,
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, literally all of them.
So it's not like you have just Flaugier or just Michaela. Like, you have a lot of people on this team that can contribute in really big ways.
Yeah, and again, the word I keep going back to is toughness. Because with how that game had gone, just struggling, grinding, kind of teeth pulling all night long, it would have been, and also Stanford just shooting the absolute lights out. I mean, what were they? I can't remember. The first half 3-point percentage was like something insane. Now credit LSU's defense. They got it together at the end of the game, but it would have been very easy to roll over, kind of throw your hands up and say, it's just not our night. But they refused to. And I loved hearing the players describe the intensity of every single huddle. That every single huddle, everybody's locked all the way the hell in. Oh, that's the answer I wanted, Alondra, that I couldn't remember during the commercial break. Get me the one, and we'll play it later because it's just an evergreen quote, but give me the one where Coach Mulkey's talking about being a passive coach. And how she can't imagine being a passive coach, right? Yeah. And that she's intense with these players because they're and they're intense back, and that's good. But yeah, hearing the description of the intensity of every single huddle and how locked in everyone was last night, and then using that intensity to lock in and find a way to win that game, just awesome.
I have that one right now.
Oh, you have it? Okay, yeah. Here it is.
The huddles were very intense. Every single one of them was very, very intense. But I feel like we all had our focus and we were all locked in on what Coach Mulkey was saying, and just going into the game and executing what she was saying in the huddles.
The thing about this game is we are intense in there. You don't take anything personal. These kids belong to me and I belong to them. We chose each other. And I'm not the only one that gets up in them and challenges them. And I could never imagine being a passive coach. I could never imagine playing for a passive coach. Because I tend to think kids are a reflection of the coaching staff. And we're not going to give up on them. And they played till the clock ran out. And that's basically how you won the game.
Ooh, I mean, are you telling me you wouldn't run through a brick wall for that woman? They chose me and I chose them. Like, screw all y'all. Y'all think I'm too hard. Y'all think I'm too old school. Get the hell out of here, okay? Me and my team, we know how we move. And we move with intensity. We drive one another to try to be our best. Can't imagine being a passive coach. God, I love that woman. Again, she could coach any sport and be successful. Like obviously basketball, She has a depth of strategic knowledge. But in terms of just like, she could be a CEO, she could be whatever. That's just a leader of men and women. Coach Kim Mulkey is last night. So a hell of a win by the Tigers. Shout out to everyone who went. Shout out to everyone who stayed. Again, I get it. If you left, it's happened to everybody at one point or not in their sporting career. They've, given up on something that looked dead and eventually it comes back. But it's okay. It's okay. Even though you might, if you do indeed go to church with Coach and she knows that you're there, like if you know you're going to run into her, you may have some tough questions to answer. Maybe you got young kids and you can use the evergreen excuse of babysitter, right? I mean, that's a golden goose that continues to lay eggs. You're late for something. Oh, my babysitter was late in getting there. You got to go home. Oh, my babysitter called. I got to get home. You don't even maybe have a babysitter. It's a heady play. Shout out to the LSU women's basketball team. All right, coming up next, let's talk a little Saints as they get ready to have a mid-off on Sunday in the Meadowlands. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com. PECbuilt.com. All your outdoor construction needs under one roof, okay? You want to build a custom pool, maybe choose from their spec pools where it's like a bunch of different kind of templates, and then you choose detail work within the templates. Your kids are so pumped because you got a pool now. Nobody ever. It's a mess. But it's not just pools, guys. Outdoor kitchen, outdoor living areas, chill area. You want to put some turf in your backyard, maybe like a putting green. You need a bigger, better fence, any size type of fence. Pergolas, bulkheads, all right there at Pinnacle. And when you think about your home, that's your greatest asset, right? This is one of the best investments you can make in your home. We like to say that we build the spaces and you build the memories, because that's the point of this, right? Making your home the place that you, your children, your friends want to be. And so at the end of the day, they have to drive and you can just walk to your bed. Go to PECbuilt.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Listen, T-Bot. I don't want to talk about how much money I lost on Hawk Tuah coin, okay? Everything that Haley touches turns to gold. I thought her meme coin was going to be no different. Let's just say my kids better be happy with some homemade Christmas presents this year.
Give me their Christmas list. I'll help y'all out. Give me their list.
Okay. Thank you, Alondra. It's very kind.
I can't. I also invested in the same coin.
But actually, instead of that, Alondra, I kind of think Hawk Tuah coin's due for a comeback. So why don't we take your money and we'll move it into Hawk Tuah coin because we're going to buy the dip. We're going to buy the dip and then we'll both make more money and then we can get my kids Christmas presents after we make you more money. And then you're still going to give me that money just because you're very nice. Trust me, this is a great financial plan.
I'm not opposed to the idea.
Oh, I know what we should do.
But can we find one that's not Hawk Tuah girl?
Yeah, Alondra's not a big Hawk Tuah.
I don't want to support Hawk Tuah.
Okay. There's don't worry. There's endless pyramid schemes.
Okay.
In the crypto space. I think we should just do our own pyramid scheme, personally.
An OTB coin?
Yeah, OTB coin. Yeah, absolutely. We'll get Jake to push it through his charity, through the
Jake
18
is the
Foundation.
most trustworthy person on the
We do
on
need
the
a
show.
foundation.
Jake will be the face of it.
I mean, he's trustworthy.
We can call it like the 18 or something. I don't know, 8-bit, 18-bit. No, I don't know. We'll workshop name. There's going to be a good name.
Yeah.
There's going to be a good name. But we'll get Jake to be the face of it. We'll say that it's helping charity.
Yeah.
Because the 18 Foundation.
Obviously.
But really, we're going to take the money. And and then we'll be good to go, guys. You know?
A better Christmas.
Oh, yeah. All we got to do is convince people below us to buy and then tell them all they got to do is convince people below them to buy.
Right.
Classic triangle shape is what we're looking for here. See, look, Joey says he'll buy an OTB coin. Remember, guys, you want to get it on the ground level.
Yeah.
Because that's how you're going to make money. In all crypto schemes, if you're late to the party, you're the mark. Okay? If you want to be taking advantage of the people, you have to be at the top. Okay?
Yeah.
Think about it. So you're welcome. If you want to get invited in, let me know. Hit me up on our Discord.
I love how you're like, we know this is a scam. Join us.
Yeah. No, like
I mean,
join
honesty
us.
is the best
Like,
policy.
yeah, like let's just call it like it is and say, hey, you want to scam some people? Join us.
Yeah.
Like, because the first few of you that join the scam
You're
will
gonna
also
get-
win.
yeah, exactly.
Yes, but a lot of you might not
You
if
got
you're
to
late.
get in under the wire.
Yeah, but yeah, to the moon, exactly.
Right now.
OTB coin to the moon, easy.
I'll put my Venmo in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat. You can just send all your money to me. I'll take care of everything.
You really should actually Venmo Alondra money, though, because this car stuff is absolutely
Bruh.
ridiculous.
It's just like
Alondra's car got totaled in a hit and run. And, of course, because the insurance companies just suck.
Yeah.
They're like, nah,
we don't.
Nothing.
We ain't gonna cover it.
nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What do I pay you year-round for?
I don't know.
You know? I mean,
Also, like maybe don't hit a car and keep going.
well, yeah, no. To be clear, that person's the original POS.
Yeah.
But these insurance companies that we pay all the time, and then when you need them, you have to battle them
Yeah.
to get what you deserve. It's just the height of absurdity.
It's like our commercial. Why do billion-dollar insurance companies delay and deny valid claims, guys? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies.
Why did old boy that just assassinated that dude write delay, deny, and I can't remember. It's the title of a book about how the entire insurance companies, insurance business is a giant fraud. But he literally wrote that on the bullet casings.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, whatever.
So, but also, you know what I was thinking about? Like, you know how we're kind of struggling in the NIL game right now, and we kind of like we need big donations.
Yeah.
To get this football, so we could pay some players. I'm thinking like, why don't I take one for the team?
Okay, where's this guy? Okay, yeah.
start like a feet, like Taylor's been saying, start like a
Feet Finder. Feet Finder's a big website, guys. It's a legitimate business.
Sell pictures of my feet.
Yeah.
Give like 50% of the profit to TAF.
Why don't you go ahead and
or Bayou Traditions?
Why don't you go ahead and send me some pics of those toesies?
Okay.
And I can start to judge if
I should or not.
Well, I can help you in terms of getting your feet ready for the stage.
Okay.
Poses, maybe some cuticle work potentially could be needed.
Well, lighting's key. You got to backlight it.
Yeah, for sure. I got plenty of lighting.
Okay.
So just
you need like a good background.
Just go ahead and start sending me pictures of your feet.
All right.
Speaking of NIL,
Taylor, I want you to as well.
Yeah, I can do it.
Because there's an untapped market here. Too often we just assume that people only want female feet.
Yeah.
So if you could do that as well, that would be great.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm good.
We got a lot of money making schemes going on right now, guys.
Speaking of NIL.
Yeah, so you were telling me that you were wondering how could I rot my brain a little bit here on
to
this
help myself go to sleep.
Wonderful Thursday night.
And of course, the only answer was log on to Tiger Droppings and read the Tiger Rant.
Yes.
Of course. Like,
hell yeah.
What's gonna put you in a calming mental state more than that?
The ultimate.
Don't worry, guys, because somebody figured out how LSU can increase their NIL.
Feet? Coins?
That is me on Tiger Droppings.
Somebody said, we need to send a jersey and make an honorary fan out of Elon Musk.
I mean,
wait, that's actually not a bad idea.
I do not hate the Elon Musk pitch. I don't think he'll give a damn. I think
T-Bob, surely you send Elon Musk an LSU jersey, he's sending donations. That's the only response.
So I think conceptually they're moving in the right direction, okay? But look throughout. Okay, so I opened this morning talking about how much I loved that show Skeleton Crew that just dropped. What did Skeleton Crew do? Now you have to execute. Everything lies in execution, but it took a kind of concept and style that we know works, okay? And they execute at a very high level. Well, how did Michigan do it? They got a 33-year-old Asian woman to become his secret fifth wife and convince him to buy Bryce Underwood. So we need to get Elon Musk married to an LSU girl. Yolanda, are you down?
I'm only 26.
Are you into it?
Okay, yes. Because I'll do it for the money.
How do you feel about Cybertrucks?
I don't love them.
Looks like a 5-year-old drooling on a piece of paper. But if it's going to get us the
number one player in the country.
Yeah, you got to take it. I mean, but I don't know. Can we trust Alondra, though? Because what if she pulls a classic Texas switch up once she's in?
Oh, she would, for sure. That's what I'm saying. We can't. Like, no offense. We just can't.
I don't know, Alondra. We're going to have to.
It's what's it called? She's in a compromised position. We just can't do it.
It's just not true.
And for the record, HR, she volunteered, okay? No, I did not push her towards. I pushed her into Chris Music. I did not push her into being Elon's NIL prostitute.
No.
Okay, she volunteered for that. Thank you very much. So again, Tiger Droppings, not a bad idea. We just need to workshop it a little bit.
The planning's off a little bit.
Yes,
that's it. The passion's there for sure.
I will say, it is funny to me. Did you see the clip of Solomon Thomas? Did you see Solomon Thomas talking to the local media yesterday, how he ended his interview? Because it's funny because Coach Kelly's out there kind of lamenting that, LSU got players bought away from them at the last minute. And Solomon Thomas ended his interview literally saying, I wish I could have gone to Florida State.
What?
Yeah. But just kind of like, it was just a funny, very real acknowledgement of the money. Obviously they had money to spend. LSU had some money freed up, so they came in, I guess, with the bigger offer. That's how I interpret it. Also, I mean, to be fair, Florida State didn't have an O-line coach. He loved Alex Atkins, who was their OC O-line coach. They fired him, got rid of him. Brad Davis is an excellent recruiter, excellent O-line coach. So those are big advantages. But the bag came in as well. So I think he's not saying just because of the money. I think he's saying it's a combination of things. But yeah, basically was like, yeah, I wish you could go on Florida State, but it's just, I can't. You're doing the same thing, to be clear.
Yeah.
When you can, you're doing the same thing.
I saw something yesterday. So Florida State's recruiting class dropped all the way to like a mid-50s or something. Just because
my God.
They went 1-10, and they had all the. If you take just their decommitments from their class, it would be ranked higher than their current class.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but we said at the time, grievous wound, what they suffered last year is one of those experiences that can break an entire, it could just break an entire program. And you're seeing it right now. All right, actually, let's do this. When we get back, let's go ahead and talk signing day wrap up from a national standpoint. And then we'll start hour 2 breaking down Saints Giants. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you in a new 2025 Ram 1500 truck with $15,000 off MSRP. $15,000 off the newly designed Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagine.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. a look in the 5 and 10, glistening once again.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Alondra, you truly do know me because I didn't even have to tell you how simpatico we are. But I specifically wanted very classic croonery Christmas music when, on this cold December 6th morning, and you could not be making me any happier right now.
I live to serve.
I know. And that's the problem, because it probably feels like people are taking advantage of you at times.
Yeah.
But F him. You're going to win in the end, Doing the right thing is never wrong.
That's true.
Remember that, kids. But sometimes doing the wrong thing can feel right. No, I'm just kidding. That's not good advice. Doing the right thing is never wrong is probably better.
Yeah. I would leave it at that.
Yeah. Let's just leave it there. Yes, Daniel. Everybody that rags on laundry, yes, exactly. Like we said, if you talk that ish, it's time to praise that bish. Oh, also, we did change our plan on which billionaire we're going to pursue.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Elon's got a lot going on. He's now attempting to completely rework the U.S. government. So I don't think we're going to be able to break through.
No. He also has like 1 million children.
He has way too many children, so he's not going to really care if one of his kids, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
We can't go Bezos because Taylor and him already have way too much beef.
Yep, can't do it.
Jeff knows it. I expect all of Taylor's Christmas presents to not be delivered. But Meta just invested in Monroe, right?
Yeah.
Which we love to see.
We
Hell
love to
yes,
see
dude.
it.
Love to see business jobs come to Louisiana. So Meta's opening what, like a giant what in Monroe? A giant something?
It's something. I don't know exactly what it is. If you give me like 2 seconds, we can Google this.
And
Meta
you think Mark Zuckerberg's,
probably the better
probably the
candidate,
hottest one of the bunch.
The hottest one of the bunch for
even
sure.
Even though that one picture was a little AI, we learned with the facial hair.
But we learned that we can make him that if we want to.
The data center in Monroe. Okay.
Oh, a data center.
Yeah.
With 500 jobs in Northeast Louisiana.
Hell yeah, dude.
$10 billion data center.
Damn.
So what is a data center, though?
It's a center that holds like data. And
yeah,
stuff.
I don't know. Talking out my ass. But I mean, that's how Meta and all these companies through the years have started to make so much money. Even though it's probably gone way beyond this. This used to be like, I feel like half a decade or a decade ago, we kind of woke up and we're like, oh, wait a second. These companies that are like putting cookies on us or that want our email or our phone, like that's what they're doing, is just selling everything that we're doing so that they can better understand how humans move and operate and better monetize it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, that's always what like data is meant. Now, I mean, is it cloud? So I have no idea. I have no idea.
Anyway, Zuck is the new target.
Chris Terrell says those jobs won't go to locals. I mean, hopefully they will. Hopefully if you're a college grad now, maybe you won't leave the state. Maybe you'll be able to go get a job up there. Either way, we are going to try to pimp out Alondra to Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm.
Not Bezos and not Elon. Bro, if we get Zuck
kind
on
of like
board.
a win-win.
Yeah, because he likes UFC.
You're right.
So
I could be like ringside at these things.
Yeah, but you better not screw it up. And like when he has one of his like hot boy actual UFC guys in there, stay focused.
That's true.
Okay? Stay focused. You're there for Zuck and Zuck alone.
You're right.
We don't need you getting all the way there and then
I'm loyal.
Blowing it.
Actually, I don't think Zuck would care. I mean, his nickname.
What?
Zuck.
Mm-hmm.
Zuck
Zuck. Is that? Are you making this up? That's not real. I don't think anybody. I mean, I don't think anybody.
People are talking.
Oh, Zuck. Okay, I see now from chat. Who said that? Is that a known thing? Am I like missing out on a meme here?
That literally
you just made it up.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I was gonna say because Avo's right there with you.
Actually, you know what? That might be. Well, I mean, it's obvious for the name, but I don't know. It might be. People are talking.
Chris Landry with chest meat like that. You tell me T-Bob couldn't bag billionaire Kylie Jenner. I'm married man. I can't do it, guys. Otherwise, I would. I'd put it on for the city, but I can't.
Could if you wanted to.
I could if I wanted to. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Taylor. But I can't. I'm very happily married. Okay, so recruiting rankings. Here's the On3 industry recruiting rankings from a team standpoint. Number 1, Texas, which aren't you just so happy? Elijah.
I would rather it be LSU.
Oh, I've had my number one recruiting class wrapped safely under the tree. That's like how I feel about Texas.
You know what? Look, usually I don't criticize Texas like you do. They do give off a Ted vibe.
Yes, big Ted vibe.
For
from
sure,
Texas.
they give off a Ted vibe. And like the snobby little kid, that's A&M. They want to be Ted. Like that's literally Texas and Texas A&M.
At least till they beat Alabama, which I loved seeing Alabama not finish. But Alabama comes in at 2, Oregon 3, Georgia 4, Ohio State 5, Michigan 6. Bro, you want to talk about a month? Michigan's season was completely lost in garbage.
Yeah.
And then in a month, they get the number one player in the country. They beat Ohio State. Their recruiting class climbs to 6th in the nation, multiple 5-stars. Like, everything is coming up Michigan since Karen Zhu got involved. Number 7, Auburn. 8, LSU. Impressive for Auburn to be up there, but now they got to prove it. They got to go win some. 8, LSU. Again, top 10 class. I think it's very good. 9, A&M. 10, Tennessee. Impressive because Tennessee's spending a lot right now and you beat them. How about Florida? Speaking of teams taking advantage of some momentum, Florida coming in at 11, Notre Dame 12. You love beating Notre Dame. Miami 13. I thought they'd be higher. Maybe a little shine off of Cristobal. Miami's number one thing is just trying to get another quarterback, right? They're going to go all in on the portal this offseason. USC 14, Ole Miss 15. Actually, that's good for Ole Miss. Normally, I feel like they're a bit lower than that. But extended winning will do that, starting to attract a bit more talent of the high school ranks. Penn State 16, and then to show you that expectations actually determine how you feel about it, Oklahoma down to 17. Second losing season under Venables.
Lost your starting quarterback.
That's what I'm
Season.
saying. Dylan Gabriel leaves last year for Jackson Arnold, now in the portal leaving. Bad times there. Mizzou at 18, South Carolina 19, Nebraska 20, Clemson 21, another team that's fallen off hard. When's the last time you saw Clemson at 21? Mississippi State 22. How about Georgia Tech at 23? Good for Tech. Here's what's crazy. So Mississippi State is 22nd in the country. You're like, oh, that's good, right? Let's look at the SEC teams. They're 13th. They're 22nd in the country at 13th in the SEC. It's a good, tough conference. So, good job by LSU. Saints Giants coming up next here at OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to DraftKings, guys, to bet on the NBA because the Emirates NBA Cup is here. If you want to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports partner of the NBA, you can get behind your favorite players in the prop bet you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. It's your first time? I got you. Here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Score big with the DraftKings Sportsbook where every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code Baton Rouge, all one word. That's code Baton Rouge for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537. 21 plus, Jersey President, Louisiana. Select parishes only. About eligibility restrictions apply. Bets must win in order to receive reward. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms, responsible gaming resource, see dkng.co/bball. Licensing partner, Golden Nugget, Charles.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques, Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, December 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 56. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll dive into the NFL, look at some of the top games, and we'll preview Saints versus Giants. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Santa's Little Helpers, Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert are taking over Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota. Tune in for some naughty and nice sports talk this Christmas season. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Oh my God, Jake is going to be so happy with the hour 2 rejoin.
I know, I'm upset he's not here.
That, to be fair, I actually got this. I mean, I got, unironically, as a child, probably about 11, 12 years old, something like that, 10 maybe, I got the NSYNC Christmas CD as a gift. Like, before we knew that this would actually go on to be one of the Christmas pop songs that's played consistently every year. And I remember, I'll never forget it. I remember going up to my room, putting my CD player and being like, ooh, okay, this thing's kind of a jam right here. And then you catch up, Merry Christmas. Yeah, Rivers is still suspended, guys. A couple more weeks before we let her back in.
I will say this, too, that hour 2 rejoin, I know we like to make sure Big Voice Lady's nice and jolly.
Yeah.
Sultry, naughty and nice, man. It's a nice touch.
Yeah. I got to be honest. I actually zoned out a little bit, so I didn't hear it. Now I want to hear it.
Okay, let's see.
Can you play it?
Yeah.
You play it again?
Santa's Little Helpers, Jacob Hester and
Y'all are Little Helpers.
I like that.
taking over Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota. Tune in for some naughty and nice sports talk this Christmas season. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey now.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And nice.
Big Voice Lady brought it on that one.
Your feet. So naughty and nice.
Happy holiday. In midstream ad says, just goes to show all A-Bears are idiots. Well, guess what? A-Bear is actually the most populous last name in all of Louisiana. So, yeah, we're young, dumb, and full of libido.
Oh, yeah.
Because
that's what I thought the saying
there's
was.
a lot of us out there.
Yeah.
So guess what? If the idiots are the majority, then you're not actually idiots because you're the majority. You rule the day, right? It's like if in what is it? If like I think there's an old Twilight Zone episode where you have this woman who's very classically beautiful to our eyes, but she exists in a world where I think like everybody's ugly. And so to them, she's like a freak. In that same way, we all may be idiots and you think you're smart, but you're actually the idiot because there's more of us. You know, history is written by the victors. So
yeah,
eat it, nerd. All right, Saints. Speaking of the victors, that's right, baby. No Victor Cruz Sunday as the Saints head to the Meadowlands to take on the Giants. What? Dude, he was a great Giant for a while there.
Oh, he was awesome.
Remember the salsa dance?
They perfectly went from like him to Odell, and they had like the fiery receiver for like 10 years.
The soup commercials with his mom.
Yeah. I love a good Campbell Chunky soup commercial with your mom. For some reason, I always remember the Donovan McNabb ones quite a bit. Yeah, Idiocracy is coming true. Yeah, kind of, guys. I finally watched part of Idiocracy like last week, a couple nights in a row, and it's very good. Really too on the nose, though. Really too on the nose, unfortunately. So, yeah, tell me if this doesn't excite you, okay? Because you think about it all the time. So the NFL is just a massive institution, right? Probably like the second biggest sports league in the world, I would guess, to like the EPL maybe or something. I don't even know. Maybe I have no idea. You know, multi-billion-dollar empire. You know how they built that multi-billion-dollar empire? On marquee matchups like Sunday in New York. Drew Lock, Derek Carr in charge of the New York Football Giants and the New Orleans Saints. That's the bad stuff, guys. I mean, God, that's awful. This is just a complete mid-off. Giants have lost 7 in a row. Again, it's Drew Lock versus Derek Carr. I will say this, though. I want to win. Go win it for the Rizzler. You ain't going to be able to tank your way to a great pick. It's just not going to happen. There's too many bad teams here. There's too many bad teams. Screw it. Go out on your shield. Go out with pride. Win it for the Rizzler grew up 15 minutes from MetLife Stadium. All these players purport to love him. I say this. Go prove it. Go prove it. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to try to prove it without Taysom Hill. And it's like, so how do you replace Taysom Hill? You can't. I don't think you can, right? Ultimately, I'm kind of terrified that the Saints offense is going to nosedive without Taysom. But check this out. Dexter Lawrence, very good nose guard for the New York Football Giants. Got hurt in the Thanksgiving game. He's out. It's 2-time All-Pro, no longer there. And Eric McCoy, Cesar Ruiz, and Luke Fitzpatrick are all going to be back. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Maybe the first time, I think it's the first game in which you could have your entire original starting offensive line back in the lineup. And that pairs quite nicely with Dexter Lawrence not there. Interesting little tidbit here. Malik Neighbors showing up on the injury report on Thursday with a groin injury. He was limited participation, so here's hoping that you get a chance to watch him play on Sunday. T-Bow say you're telling me both the Rizzlers are from New Jersey. Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess I didn't think about that. Yeah. And here's to hoping that our guy, Darren Rizzler, is getting a big boom after Sunday and not a doom. If you're talking about how do the Giants win this game, there's really only one way, and it's that they run the ball really well. And unfortunately, you kind of suck against the run. And unfortunately, they actually do run it pretty well. They're like middle of the pack in the NFL right now. They're awful at throwing. But the problem is, whenever you run it well, it takes so much pressure off the pass game. I mean, just look at Derek Carr, right? When does Derek Carr do well? When everything else is going well? Well, in that same way, if the Giants are able to have a lot of offensive success there, you don't have Taysom Hill offensively, so your own offense maybe takes a bit of a hit this game. Like, that's the path. It's a narrow path, but the path nonetheless. So I'm going to be very, like, the Saints defense must show some pride. You got to shut down this offense. They're garbage. It's Drew Lock. Show some pride. And at this point in the season, you're like, okay, well, what can we look forward to going forward? What elements of this team are we interested in? It's funny, we talked about it at the end of the Nick Underhill interview on Monday, but ironically, we've kind of arrived in a place where, like, some of the positions that I'm going to be watching, like some of the players, it's Trevor Penning and the tackles. Like, Fuaga is still a work in progress, but I think he's just going to get better and better, and he's had a really strong rookie year. And, like, Fuaga might be the only actual cornerstone that you have right now going forward. Kool-Aid McKinstry could potentially be one as well. He's definitely a name to watch over these next few games. But I also want to see what Trevor Penning, how good can he continue to get? Because he's become a legitimate plus run blocker that finishes, nasty run blocker. By far leads the team in pancakes, according to line coach Ben. And he can maybe get there as pass blocker. He's been better this year. They're having to help him. They're having a scheme, but he's been better this year. And so, again, if we're looking for pieces to carry forward, you're definitely carrying forward Taliesin, maybe Penning. Now, maybe it's a guard. Like, if you have a chance, based on where you're drafting, maybe tackle ends up being the play. And that'd be great. Maybe you bump Penning down, but, like, I want to see those guys. Can you carry them forward? I mentioned Kool-Aid McKinstry. Can he prove to be a true CB1 or CB2? And then how about this? Again, Kendre Miller. Do anything. Do anything, especially in the absence of Taysom. Do anything. It is the forgetting Sarah Marshall thing. You got to do something. Just do anything, please. You're trying to say it's Dennis Allen that we talked about yesterday. Prove it. Go prove that it's Dennis Allen. So those are my thoughts on the game. I do think the Saints win for what it's worth. I think the Giants are a disaster. I think the Saints defense will show some pride. And I trust in Clint Kubiak enough to where the offense will not be nearly as effective without Taysom, with that whole low line back, and maybe with Kendre Miller added to the mix. And with the year that Kamara's had, I think that they can create enough offensive success to win that game. Tay, where's your head at with Saints Giants Sunday?
It's gonna be close. I think it's a defensive game because, look, Drew Lock, is he a step up from Tommy DeVito? Absolutely, he is. You mentioned their ability to run the football. Tyron Tracy's been really good this year. I mean, he's kind of like the surprise of that team. Devin Singletary is back as well, for what that's worth, and he's been pretty solid since returning from injury. However, if the Saints can sell out to stop the run, I get they're not good at it, but Malik Neighbors a limited participant. You have Drew Lock. That passing game doesn't really scare me. And then on the other side of things, like, if you're the Saints, you're a completely different team with this offensive line, not just being able to run the ball, but Derek Carr. I mean, he's so much better with this offensive line. We saw how good they were the first couple of weeks of the season. Now, granted, sure, the teams they played, the Panthers and the Cowboys, are not good teams, but you also had that offensive line and you controlled the game. All five of those guys are back, and for that reason, I'm going New Orleans Saints. But in a close one, low scoring, I mean, I'm thinking something like 17-13. I mean, I think an ugly low scoring.
I would agree with that. I'd be surprised. Maybe Kubiak Company proves us wrong, but that would seem to line up. So again, though, I want to win. I think losing would just feel bad and lame and suck. And again, you look at somebody like this, like there really is something to winning. Chris Gutierrez says, back from the break, my 4-year-old yelled off the bench, and her 6-year-old sister yelled with Professor T-Bob. Boom, 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 boom.
Ooh, 5 booms.
5 booms for the Gutierrez family. Hell yeah, dude. Boom. Actually, can you bring me the We Bring the Boom music real quick?
Yeah.
Can you hit me with that real quick?
I can, but talk while I do it.
Yeah, I'm going to. Don't worry. Mr. Big says losing to both the Giants and the Panthers the same season. Oof. No. Dennis Allen would have lost this game. Okay? The Rizzler ain't losing this game.
He ain't losing it.
We coming. We get 5 big booms for the Gutierrez family. Yep. That's right, G-Men. You ain't ready for this. You ain't ready, G-Men.
Every afternoon on your FYP. We'll be bringing the boom around 3:15. We bring the boom so loud the whole earth shakes. With double chunk chocolate cookies and chicken bakes. Biceps and triceps bring the boom that everybody deserves. We call him Big Justice, cause that's what he serves. We bring the happiness and laughter when we enter the room. And we're changing up the world with the boom or doom. We bring the
Boom! Got to keep going until we get to the Rizzlers verse, at least. What do y'all think Jake would be doing right now?
Nothing. Probably looking at his phone.
Probably sitting there with his head in his hands, maybe, or just sitting there shaking his head. Those are his go-tos.
Doing some research.
John says, what am I listening to? Your brain is not rotted enough.
Yeah.
If you don't know about this,
online
you
more.
got to be online more.
Honestly, T-Bob, part 2's better than this one, if you've heard it.
I have, but is the Rizzler on this one?
I don't think the Rizzler's on any of them.
This one.
He's definitely on. He's definitely on one of them because he has a line about like the Panther that wears black. Because he's like a Black Panther fan. Oh, okay.
And the picture's so wholesome.
Just good family fun.
Yeah. Look how wholesome that pic is.
Can't wait to do this as Quad Bob.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay, so no Rizzler
No
on this.
Rizzler.
What are y'all going to bring? You can't bring the boom. They brought the boom. What are y'all going to do?
The Coom. No, I don't know.
You go dark with it, and y'all bring the doom.
I think I don't know. I'll have to workshop that. Maybe okay, so again, what worked previously and how can we just slightly alter it but execute it at the same level? This is a good game plan here. Because at that point too, who knows where the Boom family's going to be, right? When Bob gets old enough to start doing this, like Boom family could be a thing of the past. People might be feeling a little Boom reboot, and that's where we step into the void. To be fair, I do love Costco. Even though I've never had the double chunk chocolate cookie or the
Double
chicken
chunk
chocolate cookie. Oh, Daniel Bass says we could bring the kaboom.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, dude,
I like
not
that.
bad. Not bad.
Yep.
We bring the goon? No,
No, you can't.
I don't know
You
about
can't do that.
Yeah.
Accurate, but no. But no.
You don't want to advertise that?
No. All right, when we get back, let's preview a little championship week and also the antitrust lawsuit, or excuse me, the antitrust settlement for the NCAA is already a disaster. I will explain it next here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Yeah, that's true, too. We would do ours at Rouse's, to be fair. We wouldn't do Costco. We'd be at Rouse's, booming or dooming, gooning and dooning. We got to figure it out. GEAUXTommies.com, GEAUXTommies.com. That is Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. When you work with Tommy's, you are going to see the difference clearly. They got over 20 years of experience. So Tommy was working for somebody else for 20 years. Said, you know what? Learned a lot. There's some things I do differently. And he's brought those changes to his company now. 8 years in a row than Angie Super Service work because customers come first. And so, if you have some faulty windows, entry doors, siding, gutters, you need porch screens or patio covers installed, we have you covered. We got an experienced crew that can help you decide on the perfect exterior replacement features for your home. Lifetime warranty on the windows, lifetime warranty on the siding. And remember, this is energy efficient upgrades, which means you save, and these are investments that pay for themselves. Invest in your home. Go Tommys.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
And folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows.
This has been my, during the Christmas season, this has been the song that I sing my kids to sleep with every night. As opposed to I normally have, so never let your dreams be dreams. Like Shia LaBeouf told us so many years ago. Just do it.
Just do it.
So there's a Tolkien poem called Bilbo's Last Song that he wrote back in the day. And I made up like a song for it. And since these kids were babies, I would sing it to them. And, I don't think my wife really liked it at first, blah, blah, whatever. But I kept singing it. And now they literally cannot go to sleep unless I sing it to them. So it worked. And they have no idea that they're the beneficiaries of a nearly completely bespoke nursery song. Or sleeping song, whatever you call it. Bedtime song. I don't know. It's really good, though. It's a really good poem. It's about death and life and sleeping.
You're singing that to your kids?
A lot of parallels between sleeping and death, right?
Yeah.
It could just be going to bed, but it's also, you're going into the West.
Yeah.
Which in the Tolkieniverse means...
Heaven?
Yeah, basically.
Ooh, that piano.
I mean, crank that. That does. If you don't like a little eggnog in hand, nice quiet house, Christmas tree playing at the edge of your vision, college football playoff game about to come up, fireplace on. That's it. That's the good stuff, guys. T, are you familiar with Nutcracker Erotic, an absinthe-drenched tale at Joy Theater tonight, Nola? No, but it sounds like...
Nutcracker Erotic?
Yeah, erotic. Yeah.
I am dragging T-Bob. T-Bob, we're going tonight.
I was going to say, it sounds like I should try to get cast in a second Nutcracker. This one would be for me.
Tonight, though.
Yeah. No, for next year.
Oh, yeah.
For next year.
You got to build up to this one.
Which, by the way, guys, I changed up the schedule a bit. I'm going to be on the Saturday night at 6 show and the Sunday night at 6 show for the Nutcracker. If you want to see your boys, the Purple Party Den, which I know many of you do. Are y'all real tree people? I can't remember. Where do we stand on the real tree, fake tree debate? Have we had that yet here?
I have a real tree in my living room right now.
Okay.
So growing up, I was always fake tree. Victoria was real tree, which means we are now real tree, obviously.
Smart.
So
good. I love a real tree. What about you, Alondra?
Yeah, I told y'all the other day
Oh, yeah, you
that
used to chop down your tree.
Yeah, we
That's
used
right.
to go to a farm and.
What about you right now, though? Are you putting up a
Right
tree? Do you
now,
have a
I
tree
get-
up right now?
Not right now, but I plan on getting one, and I just go get like the little small ones, but it's still a real one.
Yeah, I want to say the LSU. I remember. I think when I was your age, I used to go like maybe LSU on campus had some
Yeah.
like tiny trees that the students would grow. That was pretty cheap. They were good. I can't remember like
I'll
the.
try that out. I usually just get them like at the store. They have the small ones outside. I don't have a huge place, so and it's just me.
Yeah, Scott Dice, can we get a tamale check on the tummy? Let us know how it's doing. I think I made Scott's day yesterday when I told Colt McCoy about his 24 spicy pork tamales for breakfast.
What was Colt's thoughts?
He was just flabbergasted, like any Texan would be.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's an absurd amount of
If I
tamales.
impressed Colt McCoy with doing anything, I'd quit my job. My life would be complete.
God,
Did you tell
Colt's living
Colt
the
McCoy
life.
about me?
No, I did not. I apologize. Look,
I've talked to him.
yeah, I know, but that's not.
Once.
You got to focus on Zuck. See, this is the problem.
But like I'm
Nope. You got to focus on Zuckerberg.
You're right.
I don't care. Colt has money, but he ain't got Larry Ellison money.
I just want Colt McCoy to know who I am.
We can do that.
Yeah.
We can definitely do that. I'll send him pictures of your feet.
Thank you.
Oh, this mic. Hey, that was a slide rule. Look, yourgoodwood.com, guys. Okay, Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. If you are having trouble in the bedroom, you get something from ED. Why? Okay, we don't have to be. Don't settle for mediocrity. But it's not just ED or the bedroom, right? If you're losing your hair, if you feel like maybe you're low T, low energy, you're not maximizing what you have, you go into Goodwood, you get that consultation, we draw your love, figure out exactly what's going on, and then we put together a custom plan for you. It's discreet, so there's no embarrassment here, and we're the professionals, dude. Don't be embarrassed. Don't let embarrassment hold you back from being your best self, right? It's a vicious cycle. If you continue to not fix it, well, then it's only going to get worse. So do something about it. And then we have transparent, affordable pricing. It's the absolute best. So whether you're looking for hair treatments, hormone replacement therapy, penile enhancement, ED treatments, it's all there at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Yourgoodwood.com. So the NCAA antitrust settlement is kicking in June, right? July 1st, actually. And it's already a disaster. We said that in theory, right, collectives are supposed to be made illegal when this settlement comes kicked in per the NCAA rules. They're trying to get rid of pay for play, and then the schools will be paying directly from their revenue now, and boosters can't anymore. How about this from Ross Dellinger yesterday, guys? 4 states, this is a direct tweet from Ross. 4 state senators are penning letters to their schools reminding them that they would be breaking state law if they comply with a portion of the NCAA's House settlement that limits booster pay. The settlement's booster provision is in opposition to laws in 17 states. So I had talked to a lawyer. I told you I talked to a lawyer the other day that had said that he thought all the lawsuits were already drafted for like the second that this stuff tried to become a reality. But it looks like state senators are literally state senators just wrote their colleges and said, hey, if you try to stop these rich guys from paying players to come to the school, that's a violation of state laws. So, again, I don't think NIL is going anywhere. I think players are going to get a piece of that TV revenue pie. And now they're also going to get paid by boosters. We'll see. Matt Winter is a sports lawyer at Winter Sports Law, and he says this: trying to unilaterally restrict and limit college athlete compensation is never going to work long-term, or maybe even short-term, as this letter demonstrates, referencing the letter that the Senators wrote. Will be endless litigation. Paying athletes is great, but the model needs to include real bargaining with athletes. So once again, this circular conversation arrives back where it began, which is ultimately, if you want to have some sort of cap, if you want to put some sort of guidelines in place, you have to do the legwork of somehow collectively bargaining it. And I don't know exactly how you do that when college athletes are so transient. But I mean, the NFL is pretty transient as well. I figured out that. Like, whatever. I can't pretend to understand all the legal red tape about how do you create a players union of sorts, or how do you create a group that you can collectively bargain with. But the NCAA, obviously, at least according to a lot of lawyers yesterday on Twitter, does not seem like they are going to be able to just unilaterally come in and say, we're not doing this anymore. So I don't think things are going to change that much, potentially. At least today I don't, right? Maybe, yeah, I mean, Chad's saying they need a salary cap. Well, yes, but that has to be collectively bargained, right? That has to be collectively bargained. All right, let's do this. Sorry, I got a bit distracted there. When we get back now, let's do a little preview of Championship Weekend coming up next on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to allstartoyota.BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. They're right there off of Airline and Goodwood. They are very conveniently located. And look, they have excellent selections for whatever you and your family's needs are, no matter what price point you're at, no matter what type of vehicle you want. If you want a Tundra, Sienna, get a ton big old truck, you want the minivan, the Sienna, like whatever, they got it all. I would also say look into the hybrids, guys. You don't have to plug in your car and just sit there, right? But you save a ton of money because you get super efficient gas mileage. Very silent too. It's like a spaceship when you start it. And then remember, if you need a body shop or a service center, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge is open to all makes and models. And they give you free professional estimates. They have really great lines of communication. They can choose text, call, whatever you want, where it's humans responding to you immediately, and they don't make any big decisions without you giving the go-ahead. And it's all makes and models at All-Star. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
and looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to Six Rings Baseball.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Up. Way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm.
A little bit of Tulane news. Tulane got to be getting ready to pay John Sumrall. This is Tulane's chance. I mean, look, Tulane just had Willie Fritz poached last year to Houston, what I would consider to be a lateral move because of money. It's going to be even harder to hold on to Sumrall as we are just here in the beginning of coaching carousel, and John Sumrall may be the hottest name in the market. UNC's in on him. UCF's in on him. Everybody's going to be in on him. So I don't know exactly what that looks like, Tulane, but one thing they do have going for them is they got Darian Mensah, and what makes the coach very happy is having a quarterback. But, like, yes, if I am Tulane, look, you have a very wealthy alumni base. You must find a way to raise the money to keep both Sumrall and Mensah. If you do, your future is going to look pretty bright. Shout out to championship weekend. 3 Louisiana teams going to be featured, right? Southern going to be playing in the SWAC championship. UL going to be playing in the Sun Belt championship, and Tulane going to be playing in the American championship. Here's to hoping that the boot can go 3-0 this weekend. Other games going down this weekend. Timothy Chalamet going to be the guest picker in Atlanta for the SEC championship. Sexy little thing, Timothy.
Known SEC guy, Timothy Chalamet.
It would be very funny.
Yeah, what's his connection?
Nothing.
He's
He's literally from New York.
Bro, if
has
you
like
can
dual citizenship with like France.
Yeah, okay,
like,
well, 'cause
he screams SEC.
This morning when y'all were like, Chalamet's the guest picker, I'm like, wait, where's game day? I was so confused.
Bro, after they did Nate Bartkasi for that LSU game, all bets are off. Like,
They
it
did
doesn't.
him for LSU.
It was LSU Alabama.
It was LSU
but he was
Alabama.
picking for Alabama.
But
he went to
like-
Vandy, but his wife went to Alabama.
I
so
know,
that's
but what
they
I'm
did.
saying is, like, that shows you right there. Like, bro, if you can get Chalamet, you get Chalamet. He's the literal Hollywood it man
Yeah,
right now.
he kinda
How in
is.
the hell
He
he
kinda
ended
is.
up on your game day broadcast, I have no idea.
So if you want to call him the holiday it man, that's fine. But this is the wrong demographic.
No, he's not the holiday it man.
I mean,
He's just the it guy.
Or the
He is.
What did
Bro,
you say? Hollywood.
He just played Paul Atreides, and now he's playing Bob
Yes,
Dylan.
I'm saying if he's the Hollywood guy, like that's fine. This is the wrong demographic for it.
If I was him, I would go full Atreides, and like before my picks, I would drink blue juice and then throw in like the blue, like in Dune, and then throw in like the blue contacts and be like, I've seen it. A narrow path. And then
Or
everybody would
just
be like,
show
oh my
up
God.
dressed in full like Dune attire.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
he would
He
in the
could do
movie.
that, or he could not do that. But either way, where he like, he drinks the worm juice and he sees the destinies. Like maybe he can see how the games will play out. I've seen him. And I think Texas wins on Saturday. But then again, I thought Texas was the better team going into the first Georgia-Texas matchup. And I got proven wrong. So maybe I'll be wrong again.
I don't think
But
they'll lose to them
on
again.
paper, Texas is easily the better team.
Over
or not
under,
easily, but they are legitimately the better team.
Over under how much trash is thrown on the field by Texas students?
Well, I would like to join you in this, but
I haven't done it since.
LSU fans did as well.
That's true.
Oh no,
too.
I know.
So I feel like
LSU's
it's a
not
bit of a
playing
glass
tomorrow,
house
though. Texas
situation.
is.
No, I know. I think that Texas after that game said, "F it, we're bigger. We're going to run the ball on people," and they have used that to devastating effect. I mean, they just went into College Station and ran the ball 50 plus times at 5 yards a pop.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, though, Kirby knows that. And Kirby, there's something that Colt was talking about yesterday, and he's spot on. Kirby's like Belichick, where what's Belichick's main thing? It's, okay, look, we're going to take away your best thing and put our resources there and then make you try to beat us elsewhere. So can they stop Texas from running the ball? They did it the first game, but Texas wasn't nearly as committed to running the ball as they are now. Wisner's really come on as of late.
It's also the Texas defense for me.
No, it isn't even. Sorry. Everything starts with the Texas defense. That's why they're good. That's why they're more championship.
Well, they have the best defensive line in college football.
They have the best defense potentially in college football. But that's why they're actual, like a real championship threat this year. Is because of defense. It goes back to what I said after their Arkansas win. Like some people are like, oh, it's a close game, this or that. But I'm like, I see a team that just went on the road, dominated with defense, and came up with a neat offense. Like if you're telling me that the weak side of the ball is the ball that has Steve Sarkisian and Quinn Ewers, I'm like, okay, then I can believe that those guys could get it together for a game plan. So can Kirby stop the rushing attack? And if they can, then can Quinn overcome? But yeah, ultimately, I see Carson Beck struggling against his defense. I mean, Trevor Etienne was the reason why Georgia had so much success in that first game, and he's gone now. He hit the transfer portal, didn't he?
I believe so.
That's crazy.
It'll be his third team in 3 years.
And it's not like he's not playing. He's played everywhere he went.
I don't know.
I also just don't think Carson Beck is that good.
It's weird. It's such a mixed bag.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
mean, look
Beck's
no further than the
good.
first and second half against Bama.
Yeah.
I think Beck's good, but when he gets behind in ball games, that's where he gets in trouble because he's like, I have to make this play for my team. Because, I mean, let's be honest, he probably knows this is not the same Georgia it was 2 years ago. Even last year, in terms of the number of weapons, he's like, this all falls on me. I have to make this play, and then that's where he gets careless with the ball. So that's the thing. Let's say Texas gets the ball first, open and drive, physical with Wisner at running back. They score.
Yeah.
They force Georgia to a 3-and-out. They score again, and they're up 14-0. How does Carson Beck respond?
No,
That's big in that game.
I agree. I mean, he did come back from 28, but it's a different beast against that Texas defense. I mean, if that happens, I think they're probably cooked. So, yeah, I think Texas wins. I'm kind of cheering for Georgia as the lesser of two evils. I just, the devil you know versus the devil you don't. I can't live in a world where Texas wins the SEC championship the first year and they just had the number one recruiting class and they'll be like the 2 seed going to the playoffs. Can't run the ball first and foremost. They both play great defense. The only difference is, and they both have super efficient quarterbacks, almost the exact same quarterback rating on Drew Aller, Dylan Gabriel. The difference being Gabriel's got a little more rushing ability, although Aller's sneaky athletic. And Gabriel's got a little more volume throwing the ball. I see this as a defensive battle, though. I think it's very close. I do think the quality of Oregon's skill weapons in the end end up putting Oregon up over the top. But I'm actually really excited for this, man. And James Franklin, come on. I mean, this is your chance, bro. That ain't Ohio State. That ain't Michigan. Could you, against all odds, add a Big Ten championship to your resume when you never would have thought you had a chance because we all assumed that Ohio State was going to roll Michigan? Who do you think wins that?
Oregon.
I can't pick James Franklin in big games.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The first
Lanning's got a little bit of this, but they won in Austin against Ohio State earlier, but he's got a little bit too.
The next big game James Franklin wins will be the first big game that James Franklin has won.
Remember, they did beat Ohio State many years ago, way too long ago.
They weren't top five
They
at the
beat
time, though.
They weren't? Were they top 10?
James Franklin is winless against top five opponents all time.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, I can't pick him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good matchup, but I mean, I'm going Dan Lanning. I mean, I trust him more.
Yeah. Oregon's rolling.
It's crazy. I know. Darling Dan and the Ducks. In the Big 12 championship, we got Arizona State and Iowa State. I feel bad. I feel like I love Dillingham. I'm kind of cheering for him. I feel like the loss of Jordan Tyson's too much to overcome. That's like them losing Trey Harris. Like, you go and look at the production, and it is insane how set. Like, okay, I'll just look it up right now so I can reinforce this point. And remember, you like, well, Jackson Dart started to get it together post Trey Harris, but it took multiple games for him to start to trust those other guys, and he had a lot of other weapons to trust. I don't know that Arizona State does. So Jordan Tyson, 75 catches, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Cam Scadaboo's actually the second receiver on the team with 35 catches, 468. So how about this for a drop-off, guys? You go from Jordan Tyson, 75 catches, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, to Xavier Guillory, 17 catches, 291 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a massive blow against a very good Iowa State defense.
It's big, but I mean, Sam Levitt, he's been pretty efficient this year.
But so is Rocco Beck. They're pretty similar.
He has, but for me, it's Scadaboo is the difference in this game. I mean, his ability. You've seen him take over multiple games this year. I mean, just running through those defenses. Now, Iowa State's been pretty solid on that side of the ball as well, but I think Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State are rolling.
I think Iowa State wins, actually. I think Iowa State wins their first conference championship, guys, in 112 years. And then finally, the ACC, SMU, Clemson. I kind of think Clemson's going to win. I mean, if we really believe, like we all like to say that we do, that South Carolina's playing like a top 5, top 10 team in the entire country, Clemson had them. I mean, had them.
Yeah.
Right? Down to the last play.
Won that game.
Yeah, literally the last.
I mean, literally.
Threw a pick in the last 11 seconds.
I mean, not only that, you had 4th and 14, right?
Yeah.
If Lenore Sellers doesn't do Lenore Sellers things, that game's over. So, and SMU remains a deeply untested team. They got the Louisville road win, which is nice, but it is, I mean, the one ranked team they played, they lost to BYU. So, yeah, I think Clemson actually wins, which I am kind of cheering for too, because I think that holds Alabama out, which would be great.
I think SMU should get in regardless. Like,
I do too. That's
even
what
if
I'm
they
saying.
lose by like 10 points, I agree. I think SMU.
I don't care if they lose by 50. But
well, to your point, like, yes, SMU's untested, but I get that it's not this group of Clemson players, and I know everybody feels a certain way about Dabo. Dabo knows how to win these games. He's been in these moments before. SMU's never done that. I mean, this is their first year in the ACC. You got to think Clemson's more ready for this.
Yeah, I'm going to go Clemson.
Although, you know what we haven't talked about that I was thinking about the other day? Remember SMU was like, we don't want the money to join the conference. Like we don't need it or whatever. Just let us in, just give us a shot. And they're in the conference championship their first year. Like, let's go.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, but also like that's what you can say when you're a trust fund university.
No, I get it. But the fact that they were like, hey, like just let us in. We just want a shot. Like they got their shot.
I saw an Instagram reel of a guy asking SMU fans what their biggest financial flex was, and it like I just had no idea how much money was there. I always heard about it, but like it is truly just all trust fund babies with like hundreds of millions of dollars.
There are segments in Dallas that have like a ridiculous amount of money. Like the Highland Park area is insane.
Crazy. I can only imagine how competitive those Christmas parties are.
Like when
all
you
these
say like
freaking
insane,
wives trying to outdo one another.
When you say insane amounts of money, like are there multiple billionaires in the Dallas area? I was just saying, like, you know, if one of them wanted to maybe like throw out a ridiculous bid and like I don't know, like buy the Cowboys or something, like I could get behind that.
I don't know if they're that rich.
That's what I'm asking. Like, how rich we talking?
I actually got a genetically engineered reindeer with a shiny red nose for my party. Oh, you didn't get one?
Feels like they would do something
Sorry.
like that.
Pathetic.
Higher the hair, closer to God. All right, let's close out hour 2 of OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Central Plumbing is your one-stop plumbing shop and has been for 5 decades. So how do you grow over 50 years to be able to handle any job, commercial or residential? It's because your customers are consistently satisfied. Because you have flat rate pricing, licensed, bonded, and insured employees that they send you information about ahead of time. You have excellent warranty coverage once the work is done, so you have trust and peace of mind before, during, and after every step of the way. And don't forget about the 24/7 emergency service. We have a fleet large enough to handle your needs. So you got a Christmas weekend coming up, families coming in, whatever, you get an emergency, call them up. Central Plumbing's out there immediately. We fix you up. You're good to go. Christmas is saved. Also, you want a bathroom remodel? Pretty good gift idea, right? Maybe like take this water, a little helm upgrade. They do that as well. Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated.
A merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Just like Tag. We'll be miles away.
Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore.
Uh-oh. Getting into It's a Wonderful Life territory. I'm going to hold off till we're closer to Christmas. Very excited. Speaking of Christmas presents, you can just leave this playing. The portal's open. Which means a lot of teams are going to be buying presents for Christmas. Jackson Arnold's in the portal. Disaster for OU. Let Dylan Gabriel go, promote Arnold. Here you said, and Arnold's left you as well. Now, what's interesting are the teams targeting Arnold. Apparently, UGA, Auburn, and Mississippi State thought to be some of the lead dogs here. UGA, we'll see. That'd be a very competitive room for Arnold to step into, right? I mean, do they have Rashada? I think Rashada's there. Not that he's like going to be the guy, but like they have whatever. They have a lot of players.
Stockton too.
Yeah, they have a lot of guys. Auburn, like priority number one for Hugh Freeze has to be quarterback, and that'd be a similar skill set. Mississippi State's interesting because Jeff Lebby is the one that did recruit Arnold originally at Oklahoma, and so, I do snaps with Aaron Murray, which please, everybody go sub to. We're trying to hit 30K by the end of the football season. We're getting really close, guys. So please, if you could help us out. But Aaron calls games. And so he was meeting with Lebby ahead of one of the Mississippi State games that he called, and they started talking about Arnold. And Lebby was like, I don't know, man. I mean, I thought he was awesome. So I don't know what they're doing with him right now. I'm paraphrasing. So, like, that's something to have to keep an eye on. Miller Moss in the portal. It seems like Louisville may be the spot there. Louisville's traditionally been a very aggressive portal team. They're expected to go after Miller Moss hard. That'd be a good get for them. Connor Wigman's in the portal. Doesn't do too much for me. Mizzou's thought of being at Houston. He's from Houston. That would make a lot of sense. And here's the confusing one. Caden Salter. You may be saying, who? But that's the Liberty quarterback. 2 years ago, he was unreal. And this season, just completely fell off. He threw for 1,000 less yards. He threw for 17 less touchdowns. From 32 to 15. He still threw 6 picks. Yards per attempt went from 9.9 to 7.2. Percentage completion went from 61 to 56. 12 rushing touchdowns. 1,000 rush yards to 500. So I don't know what happened to Caden Salter. But Syracuse, Indiana, Auburn, Vanderbilt, all names to watch. And no surprise, all names that had huge success with transfer quarterbacks this year. Don't know why Syracuse is on the list. Seems like they're good for a while with Kyle McCord, but still. Names that maybe LSU should watch. I don't think you're going to be able to get him, but Daniel Thieneman from Purdue. White safety, one of the best safeties in the entire country. He was a top 100 player entering the year after his true freshman year. Notre Dame seems to be the team to beat. We'll see. Hour 2 in the books. We got some really odd recruiting stuff coming up in hour 3.
Off the bench.
Go to AgTemp Baton Rouge, agtempbr.com, agtempbr.com. You go to AgTemp Baton Rouge today and you get that service to the highest degree. All your AC, heat, and electrical needs all under one roof. Go to AgTemp of Baton Rouge and see why people are so obsessed with them. And you can, if you don't believe in that people are obsessed with them, go look at their reviews when you Google them. Google me. They're like the Kurt Signetti of HVAC companies. I mean, a 4.9 rating with thousands of reviews. How does that happen? Because you're always there for their customers. And because that saying, service to the highest degree, that ain't just lip service, okay? They talk that talk, but they walk that walk. And if you're in the market for a whole home generator, you want to protect yourself during storm seasons, they do those as well. They'll get you set up, estimate, everything good to go. Proud partner of LSU Athletics, go to agtempbr.com today.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Friday, December 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 54. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll give you some interesting recruiting tidbits. We'll put together a little pontoon parlay, and we'll close this show out with Ask the Bench. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Off the Bench is here to bring you some holiday cheer. Presented by All-Star Toyota. Join us for a cozy chat about sports, laughter, and the spirit of Christmas live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. Here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
This year, the seventh tales, I'll give it to someone special.
Hey, LSU, hire Zach Mettenberger, okay? Need a tight ends coach. We need more LSU guys at LSU. Bring Zach back. And crank this up real quick. There we go. That's the good stuff.
I hate when I think that like something that I'm about to do is so funny that I laugh at it myself and I can't be serious through it. Because the other day when you got mad at me, I was trying so hard not to laugh.
You
but
just kept playing Wham?
I think I was back here like literally tears in my eyes because I was laughing so hard at it.
My wife's so annoying in that regard. She's notorious. Like, if she thinks something's funny, she can't tell the story. Like, and it just becomes awkward for everybody because she's just laughing. And
no matter how funny it is, it's never as funny as she thinks.
Well, she's butchering it, and we're all kind of like, okay. So it's kind of waiting for her to get it out. But
I
I do
was
love that she
laughing
thinks
before
upside.
I even played the song.
Yeah. I mean, she likes, but she likes my jokes too. So like you, she pumps me up. That makes me feel good. Y'all talking about San Antonio big women in the chat?
They're just talking about San Antonio. Someone said that Texas cities don't have soul, and I can agree for the most part, but San Antonio's got a lot of soul to it and a lot of culture.
I feel like is San Antonio like the Tex-Mex culture or capital?
I would say so, yeah.
I mean, even Houston's weird because it's like it's so concrete
It
and
gives me so much anxiety.
I know, and it's way too big, all that stuff. But like, I've seen enough documentaries and stuff on like the Houston food scene where that seems like cool. I mean, that seems pretty damn cool. It's like a huge melting pot of different culinary cultures all coming together.
Maybe. I don't go there enough to know because it like.
That's what
like
I've heard.
I
I don't go there either. I've just seen like the shows. Stuff.
No, to your point though, like
I try to avoid Texas at all costs.
It's weird. I go to Houston like somewhat often, and
cuck.
Why?
What?
What's in Houston?
You tell me. Who's in Houston? You and Victoria probably know. Who do you go see? What's his name?
What's his?
Bill the Bull. Taylor, is that him? Old H-Town Bill.
No. He goes by William.
Anyway, go ahead.
It's one of the most like racially, culturally diverse, like
it's
big
got,
city.
Yes,
No, like
yes,
dude,
it's
like
got like every
you could
different
like
culture in there.
you could like walk into that like Galleria or whatever they have in Houston and see the entire world.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's a dream of America in some ways. The melting pot. All right, so this hour, it's the last hour of Friday. Let's have some fun, guys. But maybe not as fun. Okay, we spent a lot of time talking recruiting this week because, of course, and chances are that a lot of you out there listening spent a lot of emotion thinking about recruiting this week. But Taylor has noticed something and put together some data, thanks to our friend up there in Monroe, Mark. Monroe Mark Zuckerberg, that's what we call him.
Monroe Mark.
Monroe Mark. Thank you for sending this data our way. But Taylor's collated the data, and I think we're going to have to engage in an exercise of like showing that nobody actually knows what the hell's going on, and that even the best laid plans of mice and men can go awry, and that sometimes this can all be much ado about nothing. Now, I'm going to preface this. I'm not saying obviously I'm not saying that recruiting doesn't matter. It 1,000% does. You have to keep up with the Joneses. You got to be in the top 10. But my God, things can go weird and sideways fast. So, Taylor, what did you find?
Well, first off, I got to give credit where credit's due. About a month ago, Hunt came up to me and was like, hey, when's the last time you looked at the 2023 class? He goes, I feel like...
shout out, Hunt.
Well, Hunt goes, I feel like every time I hear of somebody like, why isn't this guy playing? He's like, they're from the 2023 class. So yesterday I went and looked with all the transfers and everything. The 2023 recruiting class, according to On3, ranked 5th in the country.
It was a good class.
3rd in the SEC, behind only Alabama and Georgia.
Kelly's first class, right?
Yes. Yeah, first full class. Because when he got there in 22, he got there late. That was basically all transfers. 26 high school signees.
Mm-hmm.
15 of them are no longer on the LSU roster. That's 58% of your class is no longer here. To show you how bad it is, your top 5 players in that class, Zalance Hurd, Deshaun Womack, Javian Toviano, Jalen Brown, and Shelton Sampson, 4 of the 5 not on the roster. 4 of the top 5 highest-ranked players in that class.
Wait, Toviano and Sampson aren't still here?
No, Toviano's the only one. Sampson entered yesterday.
Oh, Sampson entered the portal
Sampson
yesterday.
entered the portal.
I missed that.
So Hurd, Womack, Jalen Brown, Shelton Sampson, all gone.
Samsonite.
And then you go look at the rest of the class, though, guys. I mean, you have DJ Chester, who's your starting center now. You got Whit Weeks, and you got Ashton Stamps. That's about it. I mean, Kyle Parker showed promise before he got hurt. We'll see what he does.
Hey, you wonder why he took a step back this year. This is supposed to be when that class really starts to come online.
Paul Mabinga, he showed promise the last couple games, struggled a little bit, but he's getting better. Dylan Carpenter hasn't really played. I mean, guys, there's not a ton. Trey Holly, we don't know what his situation is. Caleb Jackson hasn't played a ton. Ricky Collins was in this class. Tyree Adams, they like him. He hasn't seen the field a ton. I mean, it's Kamorian Pimpton, but, I mean, you really have DJ Chester, Whit Weeks, and Ashton Stamps. Everyone else either has not played or is not even on the team anymore.
Yikes. And again, that was an objectively awesome class built through Louisiana. 5th in the country, like Taylor said. And look at how it looks just 2 years later. So
no, I will say they have the transfers listed. Kelly did a really good job in the portal this year. I mean, Braden Swinson, he went and got. Aaron Anderson, he went and got. Omar Spates was in this class. Logan Diggs was good until he wasn't. Paris Shand was in this class. Jordan Jefferson, Zy Alexander's. Like, he did really good in the transfer portal, but the high school recruiting class, not what they thought it was going to be.
That's what would be interesting, though, would be, so you said Alabama and who finished ahead? Georgia?
Alabama and Georgia.
I would be very fascinated to see how much of their class is left. Because I wonder, is this par for the course kind of nowadays? Because in theory, kind of the better your class is overall, the more transfers you're going to end up with, right? Because not everybody can play. And those top-level recruits, that's the sound of sickness spread in the workplace. Those top-level recruits are going to be the guys that most teams are going to be interested in bringing in. So it does feel extreme. I wonder if it's as extreme as it feels to us right now. I still think it's crazy that this class that was just 2 years ago would only have produced 2 starters thus far. Like, that's not good. That's kind of a bit of a disaster class. Though that could get bumped up if Mabinga and Tyree Adams become very good players next year. Then you're starting to gain some there.
Well, so you're actually 4th in the SEC. A&M was ahead of you. We know how that class turned out. That one was not great. That was Jimbo's best class money can buy.
Wait, was that sliced bread? That was a sliced bread class?
I believe it was.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
And that one objectively awful for Texas A&M. So, but I mean, theirs was a top 5 class in the country as well.
Matt C says the A&M class a couple of years ago, so the one we were talking about, was considered the best ever. Of the top 10 players, only 2 are still on the team and only one of them starts. Yeah, man. So you never quite know. There's so many elements that go into talent evaluation, how a guy fits in, situation. I mean, you see in the NFL all the time. Like, look at Sam Darnold. He sucked for so long, and now he gets with a good coach in a good situation in Minnesota, and he looks awesome. Judge me off year 3. I was summoned due to talking about BK's year 3.
We were talking about his year 3?
Yeah, look, it was not a pass year. It was a fail year. But it didn't go full disaster, which it felt like it could have. I think the thing that smarts the most with me right now is the fact that everything actually broke your way. And if you had only beaten Florida or A&M, you'd be playing championship weekend as well this weekend.
We dominated the first half of the A&M game. So
I know.
I know. I know y'all were saying that the Florida one is more annoying because of the box
No,
score.
Jake agrees. Jake said the A&M one.
Yeah, I think it's A&M. You controlled that game. You had no business losing.
If only you had let Connor Wegman score.
Yeah.
One time. Or just drive down and get you a field goal.
It's
something.
the weirdest thing I've ever felt. I feel like if they score 1 touchdown with Connor
He
Wegman,
stays
you
in the
win
game,
that
yeah.
game.
And it's also like we were kind of like the first ones that they experimented that on, where they just put Marcel Reed in at the, whenever Connor wasn't working, and they figured him out before, the other teams that have faced him since figured him out because of us.
Well, I mean, we said it too. And
Felt
Marcel
like the guinea pigs.
Reed's going to be really good,
Yeah.
but also there's we said at the time, there's a massive difference between game planning for a guy and having a guy come in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And even beyond that, having a guy who's a running quarterback come out of nowhere with nothing to lose because the game's already lost, and so you only have the chance to be the hero, and you're going to give him 20-yard fields to work with. It was a
That was the bigger problem.
literal
That's true.
perfect recipe of bad. Speaking of bad, you know how sometimes things can be so bad they're good? I love Nick Wright's hair.
Oh, I don't.
It's
I need to see
so
this.
insane. I mean, Alondra, look at him right there.
Oh.
He's so successful. Fox loves
Hang
him.
on.
They make him like their main guy. And my man straight up looks like Jesus, or he killed Jesus.
He
He
give off a
bit more
little
Pharisee,
Jesus vibe.
Sadducee
He does.
vibe. But look at that, dude. That greasy, lank, long hair. My man, Nick Wright.
I don't hate it. But
he wears it with such confidence. It's insane.
I don't hate it, but you can't be up on that desk.
No, I don't like it.
That.
He can, though. That's what I'm saying. But he's like Fox's like one of their main
No,
cornerstones.
he is. He's like the guy at Fox.
Like, so for all of you who out there who you're wondering, like, oh, I didn't make it because I wasn't good looking enough. Nick Wright's like, how about you sharpen up your takes, bum?
Yeah.
Look
I
at
mean,
me.
he's good looking.
Good look at me. You think? I don't know.
Maybe maybe the angle's not great. I don't know. I also notoriously don't have good taste in men. So.
Yeah, so we were talking about that in the commercial breaks. All I know is there's a couple of guys that it's on site. If we see you. I'm not going to name names out of respect for Alondra's privacy, but yeah, it's a big do.
Yeah.
And just know that I know what your name is. And that if we see you in the 225, you're going to end up like that body they found outside of Jeff Landry's house the other night.
See, I always wondered, like, okay, the Dave Portnoy thing, like, if that happened to me, are T-Bob and Jake going to go that hard for me?
Yeah.
And you're proving that you are.
Yeah. We'll make a diss track.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I do want to remind you guys about, if you're looking for a little holiday fun, remember, main event this Sunday, pancakes at the North Pole. You want to bring the family. You want to take a picture with Santa Claus. You want 2 hours of unlimited activities. That's right. Like your bowling, your ropes course, your laser tag. You want an hour of unlimited arcade play. You want the pancake breakfast buffet. You want a cookie decorating contest. All this and more. It's all at main event this Sunday. But also remember, main event's just there if you just want to go have a good time with the kids whenever, for all the reasons I just named. Or if you're a business owner, a leader, and you want to honor your team for a big milestone, sales goal, end of the year party, whatever, we got dedicated party planners to make sure everything goes off without a hitch. So go check them out. Main event right here in Baton Rouge. All right. When we get back here on OTB, let's start to do our parlay, and we got a Tay-Tay NFL story of the day. Keep it locked.
Off the bench.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Comes from having experience and possessing knowledge that can be passed on to the next generation. Jim's Firearms.
Christmas carols with Jake and James of Trash Rangers.
Frosty the Trash Man, call Trash Rangers.
Good Lord.
I can't believe y'all made me do this.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
121-12674. Offices in Patton.
Said the night wind to the little land. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Way up there.
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Ought to on that ball. Ought to on that meme coin. So I've been reading about the Hawk Tua meme coin. I don't know why people keep falling for this. I'm not even sure if it's illegal. I know people are trying to get her in jail, but like celebrities keep doing this, right? The Pauls did it. A ton of people did it. The Tate brothers did it. They're talking crap about people who did it. If you're someone who hates crypto and you love watching crypto people be called out for their scams, you should watch the CoffeeZilla YouTube channel. It's an incredible YouTube channel. But these celebrities, they create these meme coins and they create a bunch of hype around it and then they immediately dump it. And I guess that's what Talk to his team did, where they do the pre-sale, sells a ton, hit a market cap of 500 million, and then right when it goes public, all the big buyers immediately sell everything and it drops 95% to 25 million. And you're left holding the bag while the Hawk Tua team made $50 million. But I think you're kind of an idiot. So I don't think you deserve legal repercussion. I don't think you deserve protection. If you bought into the Talk Tua or the Hawk Tua meme coin scheme, that's natural selection. That's Darwinism. Like, you're an idiot. Although, I got to say, the craziest thing about this thread that I was reading, I knew the Talk Tua podcast became like a meme, thinking about, with people making jokes and videos about like how pumped they were for Talk Tua, and you'd see like groups of guys sitting around and getting like hyped when they'd show a clip. Did y'all know Talk Tua became the 5th biggest podcast in the world?
That's actually the
I honestly thought
I've
it was
ever
higher
heard.
than that.
That's insane. Think about like Joe Rogan, like that's the level that we're talking about here. And I'm not hating on Haley. I don't know how much knowledge she had of the meme coin stuff. I feel like a lot of times those people just get other people around them that are like, dude, we should do this.
And they
We'll
just
make
put
money.
their name on it to market it.
Yeah, exactly, right? And it ends up giving the same thing that happened to the Walking Bets girl. And I've always actually liked her because I think there is actual skill to her staying power. Like, it is a little bit by happenstance, but it's not by complete accident that you somehow create the 5th largest podcast in the entire world. That's insanity. Credit to Haley Welch. But it's just never a good look when you steal from your fans.
I can't really give her the credit for that, to be honest.
See, but plenty of people go viral.
Yeah, plenty of people go viral, but like now she has people around her that are telling her how to stay relevant. This isn't on her.
But plenty of people have that as well. and they don't have the staying power. All I'm saying is there's more there. I mean, I watched her go toe to toe with Bill Maher and make him look pretty dumb.
How?
She just like
I mean,
held his own.
Bill Maher is not like the smartest person on earth either.
I mean, look, he's someone who has his 10,000 hours put in talking into a mic.
Yeah.
And like when they got together, I thought, he was trying to maybe like rib her a little bit, like trying to get over on, and I thought she got over on him.
Yeah.
And that was impressing me because that's like going, regardless of what you think about Bill Maher, like he said, he's got his 10,000 hours. Like you're sitting down with a.
I have to see and judge for myself.
I'll show you the clip. I think he's. I'll show you the clip and you can judge for yourself whether or not you think. But yeah, this is some real idiocracy stuff. William Anthony, did OTB touch on Bill Belichick interviewing for the UNC head coach position? No, he did not. I cannot fathom that Belichick's going to coach college, right?
So, I was actually going to ask you guys NFL story of the day. Which one do y'all want, this one or another one? But since we're already talking about it,
do the other one. Let's talk about this one real quick.
I think that would be an awful decision to hire Bill Belichick at the college level. Not because he's not because he's not a good coach. Has he ever coached at the college level? As far as being a head coach,
not a head coach. I don't think.
So college football is as complex as it ever is. You have an ever-changing landscape of recruiting, NIL, revenue sharing, and all that. And you're going to hire a guy that's never done it at the college level. I think that's a bad idea. I mean, maybe he's now. You could argue the other way and say, Bill Belichick's an NFL coach. College football is closer to the NFL than it ever has been in terms of salary cap and roster management. So you could go that way, but as much as college football
GM too, so in terms of scouting,
that's what I'm saying. Like
chops.
You could argue it one way or the other.
His name would go a long way in recruiting. Like if Bill Belichick shows up to your home, you're going to take it seriously.
I don't know, but yeah, so you could argue it one way or the other.
Like that, dude. I mean, he loves to grind. To be fair, we do know that. Him chanting, "Do your job, do your job." I just think no days off, no days off.
I just think scouting in the NFL and drafting players is way different than recruiting 365. I don't know if Belichick wants to do that.
I think all of your concerns are valid, and I honestly can't even offer a take on whether or not this would be a good decision or not. But it's deeply interesting if he were to end up as a college coach. I mean, is the NFL just done with him? Did they just put Bill out to pasture that hard?
I mean, kind of, because like we were talking about it the other day, right? Like, I mean, the Saints head coaching job is open. Look at all the other ones. We have brought up a lot of different candidates for a lot of different jobs. Bill Belichick ain't on any of them.
I know. That's crazy. I mean, the Saints, too, need a bridge coach more than anything. I know that's weird because, like, you say you want to hire the guy that's going to get it right, but with what Mickey Loomis has done to the team, it feels like you're so far off from getting it right that you almost need a patsy in some ways. And, like, so why not? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not being brought up at any job that's open now or will come open. If I was Bill, I'd be done with the NFL. Like, dude's made his money. He has 6 Super Bowls. He's in his 70s. Like,
I think a Holiday Rizzler verse just dropped.
What?
Yeah. I'm going to put this in the doc. We may have to get to this here in a little bit and just let this brain rot Friday of a show just really just crank up to another level as we've been really good about diving into brain rot today.
I know we hit Hawk Tua Girl.
That's what I'm saying.
We hit
Tiger Droppings. We played
Booms.
The entire Boom song.
Yeah.
We did Boom. Yeah, we were just going full brain rot.
Yeah.
The only thing we're missing is, even though this probably feels like it's old person now and not cool anymore, but the Skibbity Ohio Riz. But that's where the Rizzler comes in.
Yeah.
Get Gordon, get it done. 225-888-8888. You need somebody that's going to fight for you. Stand up to those big insurance companies that we're always talking about. And get you what you deserve. That's where Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys comes in. You can go to getgordon.com. You can see all the cases that they handle. You can see results from past customers. And you can actually even fill out a free consult right there, and they get in touch with you right away when you send it in. Or just call them at, again, 888-8888. We've got the Gordon, a couple days left if you're in Baton Rouge or Hammond to enter to win a bike from Gordon. Go to GordonGives.com, click on the tab. You can also see when the bike giveaway dates are there as well. And follow them on social media at Get Gordon, where you get a lot of content with your favorite athletes, the members of the G Team. Get Gordon, get it done today. Has anybody looked at the pontoon parlay yet? Does anybody have a pick that they feel very strongly about? Alondra, you're always talking crap whenever I'm the one that screws up the parlay. So
I don't have one yet.
Okay, great.
But all I'm saying is, like, last week you probably should have listened to me.
No, I firmly believe I would have been right
if I didn't.
Had you not listened during the show and zoned out and then immediately broadsided the pick that I picked.
Yeah.
That said, I don't know how you called that Baylor game. Kansas was so hot.
Because I know ball.
I know. Apparently.
To be fair, I also zoned out because that's when I got the video of somebody hitting my parked car. So.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that's why I was zoned out.
Oh, jeez. What an awful break.
And then I was like, Baylor plus. You're like, I just said Kansas.
Yeah, I'm like, you son of a.
I was like, my bad, bro.
You son of a. I mean, I chose two of these dogs to win. I chose Clemson and Ohio State to win. Which one do I feel more confident on?
For this
not Ohio
weekend?
State. Sorry, not Ohio State. Iowa State.
Oh, Iowa State.
I mean, I see one that I like too. So,
all right, then let's do this. Let's go to break. We'll think about it some more, and then we'll get Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day next as well. Keep it locked on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to Trash Rangers, trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com. You need trash removal services in South Louisiana. You need Trash Rangers. They're the best, man. If you need residential pickup, if you live in Livingston or Ascension, make the switch today. Go with the company that gives a damn. That's your neighbors. That's part of the community. The company that doesn't keep the trash here and take the profits out of state like those national guys. The company whose profits go back into the community through churches, little league teams, various different ways, jobs. Look at the reviews. Look at just the give a damn factor. The fact that they're always there for you. How about the fact that they actually text you the night before it's your day so you never forget to put out your cans again? And if you're a business owner and you get a big project or you just need front load dumpsters emptied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, Trash Rangers has your back, and that's everywhere in the listening area. You need trash removal in South Louisiana. You need Trash Rangers. Go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Somebody told me to watch the Meat Canyon or Costco guys video. I just watched like 30 seconds of it. Really weird and really good. Thank you for that. Avo, thank you. Remember you saying, we're going to talk Saints? We did talk Saints.
We did.
We did an entire
We
Saints
literally
Giants
gave
segment.
like a 10-minute prediction on the game.
You're welcome. Oh, the mistletoe.
Like when you talk about goated Christmas songs, this one.
This one's up there for you?
Yeah.
Somebody wait for me.
Best Christmas song of all time.
For me.
Merry Christmas from the Family by Robert Earl Keen. And that one is going to be played at some point.
Okay.
Not today.
I love hearing
gonna
everybody's favorite song. Except for Taylor's.
Yeah, we're not going to ask for his.
No.
We don't care.
It's fine. I can't handle that heat anyways.
Tay-coin. Nobody would buy it. Taylor, let's do a little Tay-Tay NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Guys, I was in a good mood today.
Yeah.
We had a really good show.
Hey now.
It's been positive vibes, but this just stuff like this really puts me to bad news. So this was actually announced a few days ago. We just haven't got to it yet. The Baltimore Ravens have suspended wide receiver Deontay Johnson. If you guys remember, before Week 9, they traded for Deontay Johnson. I believe they gave up a third-round pick to the Panthers to get Deontay Johnson. He hasn't played a ton. He's only played 39 snaps, actually, total since joining the Ravens, so his usage rate has not been super high. Deontay Johnson has been suspended for a game for refusing to enter the game against the Philadelphia Eagles when called upon last week. They asked the general manager, he said, this was a difficult decision, but we think it's the right move. This is not enough. Deontay Johnson should be kicked off of this team right now. There should be no suspension. There should be no multiple game suspension. There should be no fine. Kick him off the team right now. Whatever you traded to the Carolina Panthers, you're just going to have to eat that. Johnson had come out and said, well, I just haven't been happy with my usage. So you're unhappy that you're not playing enough. But when they decide to play you, your ass stands on the sidelines and says, I'm not going into the game. He needs to be kicked off the team right now. This is ridiculous. You're playing for the Ravens.
I kind of agree. That's toxic. Like, that's toxic masculinity where, he thinks he's the man so much. Like Taylor said, you're
played on the Panthers.
You're bitching about not playing, but then they tell you to play. And you're like, no, I'm not playing because I'm unhappy.
You went from one of the worst teams in the NFL to one of the best teams in the NFL, and you're complaining about it and refusing to go into the game. Get the hell out the locker room. You're off the team, dude. This is ridiculous.
I mean, I actually don't disagree with Taylor here.
I don't disagree either. He's just very fired up.
I do love how fired up you are, too.
It's always the receivers, right? It's always the receivers. Why are the receivers causing problems?
It's just, I don't know.
It's always a wide receiver.
It always is, to be fair. I'd be so mad, man. I'd be so mad if I was on the team. I'd be so mad if I was a front office. You wasted resources getting him.
Okay.
It's kind of on you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I've seen this question 100 times in the chat in the past week.
Yeah.
So let's answer it. Do we think Juwan Johnson remains at running back? Feels like he's the new Perkins. Don't know where he'll end up. I've seen it a million times in this chat.
Tough question because that's kind of both of a position of need, right? Do you move him back to corner full disclosure, when I was out there at fall practice, he was Major Burns' primary backup at the star position before they moved him over at running back. They really liked him there. However, what happens at running back? We were talking about it yesterday. You need a guy out of the portal. I think maybe if you get a guy out of the portal, you move Jawan Johnson. If you don't get a guy out of the portal, he might stay there because he didn't play a ton. I mean, the first 2 or 3 weeks you put him there, he had played a lot. He even went in there and did a wildcat run, but later down the stretch, he didn't play a ton.
He made a couple critical errors, which is not really his fault. I mean, he had it's technically his fault, but he got thrown into a pretty unenviable situation.
Am I wrong, or did he score a touchdown?
No, he scored a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
I thought so.
I
mean, talk about utility player. That's him.
I think that, I mean, there's a role for him. I have no idea what it's going to be, though. Yeah. But there is a role for him.
Okay, look, guys, in the chat, you can't defend Deontay Johnson. I get it. He's unhappy. Ryan Smith goes, hey, look, they're not throwing in the ball. He had 5 targets and 2 are uncatchable. Yeah, guess what? When you're not going into the game, you got 0 targets. I hope he doesn't get any targets from any team.
Also, again, you're cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah, get out of here with that.
Because you know what's going to look way worse for anybody that wants to sign you next time is you literally wouldn't go in the game.
Yeah.
Like, you better, and granted, he probably is an athletic freak because that's the only way you get away with this behavior, but, like, come on now.
Well, apparently they're going to have more conversations about his future in the coming week because they're going into their bye week. So they suspended him for the game after the bye week. Just cut him. Cut ties. Be done with it.
Yeah.
What energy drink did you drink today?
I can't believe
that. You know, I'm so fat. Maybe that's why I'm cranky, guys. I went to the gas station. I was like, guys, I'm doing AFR today. It's a NOS kind of morning. They only had the NOS zeros.
Oh, no.
Now I know what you're thinking. Well, most zeros taste the exact same as normal energy drinks. No, not the NOS. The NOS regular I love. The NOS energy, the NOS zero, awful. I had to get some other C4 crap that I didn't want.
That's just crazy because I never think about drinking something like that for the taste. I drink it for the efficacy of.
I want to be.
No, I get it.
Right now,
I'm just saying the drop off from regular to zero in terms of NOS is extreme.
But if I'm going to drink something like that, I want to drink the zero because I don't want to take in these crazy calories for no reason. These crazy NOS calories. You wild boy. All right, before we get to the parlay, let's check out the new the Rizzler's new Christmas bars here.
You got it, Tay-Tay?
You got it? All right, let's see. And I've not heard this, so let's see what he says here.
Like the Polar Express, the way my name ring bells. I got checked out more than people in hotels. Rizzy, baby, all I gotta do is flex a jaw, and I can steal her like Terry Bradshaw. I guess I'm the Grinch, the way you dudes feel. I never heard of you, that's why you live in Whoville. Swag Santa, back grabber, Black Panther. What kind of verse do you kill? It's like the Polar Express.
My God, bro.
10 out of 10.
That was honestly bars.
It's why you live in Whoville.
Oh, he killed him.
That was a good line.
Yeah. Check people out, or people check me out more than hotels.
Yes,
come on
that
now,
was
Rizzler,
good.
let's go.
I never heard of you. That's why you live in Whoville.
That's
awesome.
so good.
That's an elite line.
I like all I gotta do is flex the jaw,
caption.
and I can steal her like Terry Bradshaw. Steal her. Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Louisiana shout out. Is the Rizzler trying to separate from Big Justice? I'm not sure. This could be part of a larger,
like NSYNC, like JT leaving.
This could be part of a larger Boom family video that they just cut the Rizzler's verse out of. But
maybe so.
Bars on bars for the Rizzler there. Swag levels just out of control, dude. Swag Santa, bag grabber, Black Panther. What kind of verse do you kill? Oof. Damn.
And you call this brain rot? Those are bars.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're all smarter and better people for having heard that. All right, pontoon parlay. Where are we going, guys?
Clemson plus 2.5 for me.
Okay.
Because I agree with you. I think they're more ready for it than SMU is.
Tay-Tay?
You know, am I really going to side with James Franklin in a big game? Of course I'm not. I'm going to Oregon to cover the 3.5.
Okay, not a bad play. Even though I got that game at 3, but not a bad play.
3.5. I don't care where it is. I'm taking Oregon to cover.
What is
My
it?
problem with, because I know I chose Iowa State to win, but I have not actually watched a lot of Iowa State this year. I'm more choosing because Jordan Tyson being out. Do I dare take Texas to cover the 3?
So if you were going to take Clemson, I was going to take Texas to cover the 3.
You?
I don't think they lose to Georgia again. Hard to beat the same team twice.
Yeah. It really is.
All right, because I've watched way more Texas and Georgia, I'll go Texas -3 instead of Iowa State.
Okay, so we have Texas -3, Clemson +2.5, Oregon -3.
Yeah, the big boys.
Okay, I texted Jake to see if he has a pick.
We're front runners this weekend, guys.
Emil, how much money did you lose on Tua coin? I don't want to talk about it, dude. Okay, there's a reason why I'm so fired up on it today. I thought Haley was going to be my ticket to the big time, but instead she welched on all of her promises.
But we came up with a
more like
plan.
Faley.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to launch our own meme coin. Pump and dump, baby.
Yeah.
Exactly what I do to Tay-Tay after every show. All right, when we get back, let's close out the show a little Ask the Bench.
Off the bench.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
The entire family. Visit Southern Outfitters in Zachary and at southernoutfittersla.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Looking to buy or sell? Visit 225re.com. Service First Real Estate, where relationships come first.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Run, Rudolph. Christmas here, loving it.
This is probably number one on my list.
Favorite.
Yeah, probably.
God, see, I love that, man.
It's
I
a
love
good one.
everybody. I love the differing opinions of what everybody's number one with a bullet is.
Jake's pick for the pontoon parlay is Arizona State, by the way.
Okay, good. I'm glad we didn't go Iowa State. Even though Emil's got me thinking hard about Tulane here.
You want?
It says John Summerall's 3-0 versus Service Academy schools. His defense has given up a combined 9 points.
What's the line?
Give me the green wave to cover the spread. It's 4.5 and win the ACC title. It's on the road, which I don't love. But they did beat the hell up out of Navy.
But I also think that they cover if they lose.
Do I want to make the switch?
No.
I don't know.
Stay where
Well,
you're
I
at.
mean, we
See where I'm at with Texas betting against Smart and Georgia?
That was your first choice.
yeah,
T-Bob,
no,
go with your gut.
We already did bad juju last week.
This is conference championship. All these games are tight. All of them are going to be tough. Stick with your gut. Because if you don't and you switch to Tulane and Army wins, you're going to be like,
Yeah, I think Emil's right, but okay. We'll go SAT. We'll stick with our original instincts. Ask the Bench brought by Cole Kurz Light Vizzy Hotel. Brought to you by Cole Kurz Light Vizzy Hotel from Blue Moon Light Sky Stitch Suite. Ask the Bench, is tomorrow Saturday no LSU football or nah?
Yes.
Yes and no.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little bit of both.
I'm kind of excited to just chill and have no whiskey and wine and be able to watch all the games live as they're happening instead of having to go back Sunday and watch all the games that happened during the LSU game. But a little sad for sure.
Yeah.
That's the Bench. Has anyone seen the movie Hot Frosty on Netflix? It's so hot right now, like Hansel.
No, it's a recently added. I'm sure I'll have to watch it.
I will say, though, I'm a big fan. I mean, I cannot say enough about Skeleton Crew. If you're a Star Wars fan and if you grew up loving Spielberg kid movies, your E.T.s, your Goonies, Jurassic Parks, it is nailing those vibes. I love the main actor, the kid in it. He's got a great, all the kids do. They've got this adorable little alien kid that is one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I watched the first episode last night. My wife said my daughters woke up this morning and they were so hyped, telling her they can't wait to watch the second episode tonight. I can't either.
Daniel Basham, that's a ringing endorsement for me. Hot Frosty is so terrible, it's great. I'm watching it now. I love movies like that.
Me too.
Ask the Bench. Colored lights or white lights on the Christmas tree, or a combination? I prefer white. My kids like the rainbow, so I got the ones that can switch and go back and forth. But at night, I want just a cool white, just a steady white.
I've colored on mine right now, but I've done both. I mean, I don't really have a preference.
Did yours change, or did you put up colored lights on it?
No, there's colored lights on it.
But I mean, do they change?
No,
lights?
no, we'd have to put a different. We have two different strands.
Hashtag Ask the Bench. When's the last day players can make a choice going to the draft? I don't know. I'm sorry, Fonz.
I believe it's end of January, early February, somewhere in there.
I thought you were going to say indigestion. You said end of January.
Yeah, no, not the same thing.
Hashtag Ask the Bench. Who would win in a fight, a Longhorn or a Bulldog? Well, we literally almost saw Bevo kill a few years ago.
Longhorn.
Here's to hoping he can finish the fight.
They're not letting him in.
What?
There's some huge anti-Bevo rhetoric going around right now.
Bevo doesn't get to go in?
No, he doesn't get to go. And also, if they make it to the national championship, he's not allowed at the national championship.
Why?
Either. I don't know why, but they're not letting him.
Here's my question, though, seriously. If they get him off the truck or trailer or wherever he strolled in on and just start walking him in the stadium, who's going to push him out?
What do you mean?
Bring Bevo in the stadium. How are they going to stop you from doing it?
Can't do it. Yeah.
Walk him down the corridor. Be like, if you can pick him up and carry him out, he can leave.
Oh, why don't you just get like a fake steer? You know,
Sideline space
why don't you just
constraints.
Why don't they just rent a steer from Florida and bring him there?
Or no, use
it's the
that
exact
one.
Same thing, right?
Rent it and use it as a decoy. They're stopping him. Bevo sneaks in the back.
Hasn't
Boom.
Bevo already been at Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
Yeah, that's
And
where
they're saying-
I think that's where he almost killed Duggar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, why are they suddenly saying, oh, no, we don't have the space for you? Obviously, you do. He's
he
been there
almost killed
before.
Ugga.
Yeah.
Well, then put Ugga somewhere else. Or don't let Ugga
Look,
in.
I wish Ugga would have died, to be clear.
Yeah,
that's my hot
You've
take.
talked about this, yeah.
This is crazy.
Relax, guys. Relax, okay? At least not Andy Steer, like y'all are, okay? It's your own bigoted self that you got to work with.
Yeah.
Hashtag has mentioned the Cybertruck, the ugliest car you've ever seen.
Yep. Easily.
It's got a little bit of so ugly that it's kind of cool because it looks like it looks like PS1 graphics
No,
to me.
there's nothing cool. PS1, no, that's like Minecraft graphics.
But
it's awful.
The thing is, though, I'm kind of seeing a lot of them now. And so it's lost a little bit of the luster. I will say this. I did get to check out the inside of one, and they are really insane vehicles. Like tanks.
Nope.
Ask the bench, what is best in life?
Living.
Nope.
Just being
Nope.
alive.
Nope. It is to drive your enemies before you.
Yeah, the Jeep
to
truck is
salt their
disgusting
fields
as well.
and to hear the lamentations of their women. I missed up the middle of that, but that's what Conan says. O'Brien.
Oh, I was going to ask, like, Barbarian or Brian?
No, Conan O'Brien. He's
Okay.
always said, drive your enemies before you, steal their stuff, and, hear the lamentations of their women. That's a classic Conan line. Right after he does, like, the scissors with his hips.
Yeah.
I could do it better if it wasn't leaning
I
back.
forgot what we were talking about. Because someone's trying to say that Texas, like Bilbo in the chat said, why do people want to bring a massive Longhorn across the country to the games? Georgia is not across the country from Texas. That is not across the country. That's some T-Bob geography right there.
It's almost halfway.
Okay, almost halfway and across the country is not the same thing.
Ask the bench, favorite late night host, past or present?
Conan.
For me, yeah, Conan was always the only
Craig
one that
Ferguson.
I ever watched. Craig Ferguson. Irish. That was like late
Ferguson.
night. Or is he Scotland? He's Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was late night. All right, guys. We love you. Have a great weekend. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and we'll be back on Monday with a brand new OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com, KTOZblinds.com. Okay, whether you're looking for custom window treatments, interior plantation shutters, customized aluminum or vinyl blinds, drapery, curtains, solar shades, sunscreens, or any style of window shades, we have you covered. Right here out of Louisiana. It's been locally owned and operated by Brandon Barton for 25 years now, guys. With that experience comes a level of expertise that's going to blow your mind. You're bringing it out to your home within 15 minutes. He's already logged exactly how the sun interacts with your home. He's got options for you to choose, and you're going to learn significantly more than you knew when you walked in that door. And what that allows you to do is make the best decision to improve your home, invest in your home from a aesthetic and functional standpoint. You got an outdoor kid, you want to bring it next level, get some drop-down exterior shading so you can stay grilling and chilling even when it's hot outside. Complimentary installation. Remember, guys, go to K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com today.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Electricity is all around us, and our family